Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast. Now, actually, we got a twofold for you today. We got a twofold for you today. We got one is going to, we have a guest that is scheduled to come on this morning. If everything works out fine, hopefully she'll be with us about 10 minutes after the hour, 10 minutes after 7. She'll be here with us. She'll be calling in, and she's going to talk to us about health. Um, Health. She's a person that work in the medical field, and she's going to talk to us about the health issues that goes on majority in the black community, and she's gonna catch us up to speed and make us knowledgeable about what happens in the black community in regards to health. There's a huge situation there where a lot of people, black men, black men, black and brown men, let me say it that way, black and brown men don't want to go to the doctor and get the help that they need. And she's going to talk to us about that and what we need to do, some of the things we need to look out for, maybe even some of the nutritional things that we need to be mindful of moving forward. And so I'm very excited to have her on. She's gonna come on at the top of the hour, not the top of the hour as you were. She's gonna come on at about 10 minutes after 7, and she's a wonderful young lady, and she's gonna talk to us about that whole situation surrounding our health. And Lord knows we need to talk about it because we don't always do what we're supposed to do in regards to making sure that we are healthy so we can be here for our families moving forward. And so that's one thing that we definitely going to tackle that this morning. And we do have a topic. Let me get to that. We do have a topic today. And the topic today is it okay for your spouse? Is it okay for your spouse to borrow money from his or her ex? I put this post out on Facebook, and it was very interesting. Some of the responses that I got, and so we're gonna talk about that this morning. That's our topic of discussion. We probably won't get to that around the 8 o'clock hour. DKM Media Group and Associates. This is Raheem.
Hi, Raheem. Good morning. This is Jean Armand.
Hey, how you doing, young lady?
I'm fine.
Okay, now I missed your name. Who is this?
Jean Armand.
Jay. Oh, that's my friend. Yeah, I was just talking about you, sister. I was just talking about you, and that you was gonna call in. So right on time, right on time. So is it okay if I call you Gene?
Absolutely.
Good deal, good deal. Well, I was telling them that we're going to talk about that you're in the health field, and we're going to talk about a lot of things surrounding health and and and
Yes,
and stuff dealing with the black men and what we're doing, what we're not doing, and some of the things that we should do so that we could be here for our families and friends
absolutely.
for a longer time. So I'm gonna let you, if you don't mind, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the listening audience. And I want everybody to know that the phone lines are open 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We love to hear from you. So Jane, introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Sure. So, my name is Jean Armand, and I've been working in the healthcare field, I would say, for quite some time now, probably around 30 plus years. For the last 18 years, I've been working as a nurse practitioner. My Of course, I'm a mother of three, African American, of course, and I just have a passion for health.
Hmm.
And I've worked in quite a bit of different settings, but especially the emergency room settings. And I'm currently right here in Atlanta, Georgia, working at Grady Memorial Hospital. And last year, took just a year off to travel and work, and I went and I worked in Arizona, and also in California. I worked on an Indian reservation. And
Wow.
the theme is always the same for me. And while I was away, I actually started a podcast. I felt like I've seen so much, I've gained and learned so much knowledge over these years. My mission is not to leave this planet with that locked inside and not be able to at least share some knowledge about our health. And I,
Hmm.
I see what happens when we ignore our health, and just really not just healthcare disparity, not just because we don't have the money or the health insurance, but really just lack of knowledge.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. So I just want to be a difference, make a difference in healthcare and in our people.
Hmm.
So that's my message, is that I want to educate. So I do the weekly podcast to share health information and healthcare experiences that will educate and inspire people to live a more healthy life.
That's good. And I'll tell you something, it's definitely needed because there's a lot of things out there that we as a people, certainly as black men, we don't know. And we don't take the time to do the research to find out. So in your travels, what have you found was different geographically in this area compared to this area? What are they doing over here that they're not doing over here, and vice versa?
Okay, so much to my surprise, I believe that here in our area, so here in Atlanta, in Georgia, on the East Coast, as they would say, we have more, depending on your location, we have more access to healthcare.
Mm,
When I work, we have more access to healthcare, and we're not taking it. Yes, everyone knows about LA and the San Francisco, the major cities in on the West Coast. But when you go to, I was in Crescent City, California, they are, I mean, I was heartbroken to know that you would have elderly people would have to travel just for, say, eye care, dental care, just basic things,
mm-hmm.
3, 4 hours away.
Good Lord.
And you're talking about, yes, and you're talking about driving through, we talk about our highways, they're driving through mountains.
Mm,
They're driving, through, I was nervous driving like from Crescent City all the way to, like, it would be to catch a flight. I drove to Medford, and that's like a good 2 to 3 hour drive. And that was scary driving for me.
mm.
I take the cities of Atlanta any day. So we have access. Then you're talking about on an Indian reservation, you would think that those are the healthiest people, but they're not.
Mm.
I saw some of the most unhealthiest people because they're an hour and a half away from anything major, like a major hospital. So they're an hour and a half away from just decent grocery stores.
Wow.
There was one grocery store in the town and one gas station. So can you imagine, it was a Shell gas station? What kind of food are you finding from the Shell gas station?
Exactly.
And then, so and that's what it gave me a better sense of appreciation coming back to say to our people, look, you have access. You can drive like, a couple miles either way, and you can
Mm-hmm.
get to a hospital, you can get to a doctor's office, you can get to a clinic, you can get to an urgent care. I mean, these people don't have that.
And see the thing
They
about it,
really don't.
and the thing about it, not only can you get there, but you have a lack of a better term, pick up the litter. You have a selection. You could go to this one, you could go to that one, you could go to this one, you could go to that one, and you could select which one is best suited for you. And you don't have just one doctor's office or urgent care or what.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so we don't take full advantage. What are some of the things? What are some of the things? And I'm gonna throw, if it's okay, I want to throw a couple of questions out there. But
Sure.
what are some of the things that we as black men overlook the most
Oh,
in regards to our health?
absolutely. We as Black men overlook some of the basic things. Your annual checkup. If they have high blood pressure, because they're not having symptoms, they ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
And high blood pressure a silent killer for that very reason, because you're not having symptoms. And what I say to the men, if you're having symptoms, it's usually too late. So
Wow.
when you're having the severe headache, you may, or dizziness, you may be threatening a stroke, and you're
Mm.
walking around with high blood pressure. That's very treatable.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting colon screening. You know, at, if you're African American, especially male, 45 years and older, and especially if you've had a family history of colon cancer, you should have already had your colonoscopy
Mm-hmm.
and have it every 10 years.
Yeah.
We're misinformed as far as the treatment.
Oh man, I think we got disconnected there. Hopefully she's gonna call back, but yeah, we had a issue with the little phone line there, so hopefully she's gonna call back in. We'll get her back on. Um, and I see somebody else is trying to call in as well, so definitely give us a call back. We'd love to have you. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. And hopefully we'll have Jean, she'll call back in because she's giving us some information. She's telling us some things that we really need to hear, that we really need to know. And high blood pressure. That's something that when is the last time you as black or brown men went and had your check your pressure? That's how we say it in our community. Check your pressure. When's the last time you check your pressure? And this, glad you called back. I don't know what happened there. You know, somebody
I
don't
don't
want
know
this
what happened. I lost
information.
it. I
Some
was saying, yes, if you're not pleased with your physician, get another one.
hmm
You don't have to settle, but definitely those basic things: your annual checkup, your colonoscopy screening, and the treatment of high blood pressure and diabetes. We ignore those things. We ignore symptoms, and that's why when they come into come to us in the hospital or in the doctor's office, things are already advanced.
hmm
So that's what I want to tell African American men: get your annual checkup,
Exactly.
get your prostate checked.
hmm
If you're diagnosed with things, I mean, first, yes, you can try to take care of it by making sure you're having the proper diet, making sure you're exercising, making sure you're losing weight. But I hear so many excuses that it's heartbreaking. So I just want to say, stop the excuses,
hmm
be your advocate. No
Exactly.
one's going to come inside your body and love and take care of you as you can. And if it's not for you, for your family, for your
Yes.
loved ones, for the
hmm
children, we need our black men
Yes.
around.
Absolutely. Sis, I want to do this right here. I've had two. I've actually missed two calls just now. Something is going on with our phone line. Sometime it does this. So what I'm going to do,
Okay.
if I could get you to do this, hang up and give me 1 minute. I'm gonna reboot the phone system. Make sure that these callers come in. Cause we
Okay.
missed two. So hang up and give me about a minute and call right back in.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, now we're trying to get this phone line situation straight. Okay, I know you're calling. Give me 1 second. Let me get it straight so we can make sure that we're able to get each and every one of you in because I want to have your questions as well. I want to make sure that we can hear what you're saying and hear your heart because she's absolutely right. We need each other to be there. We need each other to be there. And if we could just go and get okay, there's one call. Good morning, the DKM Media Group and Associates. How may I help you this morning?
Good morning.
Yeah, that's Christy.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. We got a guest this morning. We just lost her. We was having some issues with the phone line, so I had to reboot the phone line. So hopefully she's gonna call back in a second. She's in the medical field, much like yourself, and she's talking about our health and some of the issues that we deal with. Um, she said she was here. She's hit from here in Georgia, but she went to California, and she was in a couple of other states that she went to, and trying to help people through the health issues. And she's actually talking us through. So y'all two come. I might just step back and let y'all two talk. I might just let y'all two talk because y'all know more about this thing than I do. And so I think we have her back now. Gino, you back?
Yes.
Okay, good
Yes,
deal.
sir.
Good deal. We also have Christy. She's with us as well. She's also in the medical field. And so I told her she's one of the co-hosts on the show. And I told her that I may just step back and let y'all two talk, man, because y'all know more about this thing than I do. And every now and then I might throw a question. She's actually on her way to work right now, so I don't know how much she usually. Chris, you gonna be here to what about 8:30?
Yes, sir. By
Okay,
8:30.
okay, good deal, good deal. And so, Gene, I want you to catch us back up to speed before we had to disconnect for that second. You was telling us that we need black men and black and brown men to be here because of the fact that we're losing them for health reasons that don't have to happen. So, if you don't
Yeah.
mind, can you pick up right there for us?
Sure, sure. Like I was saying before, we just need our black men not to just sit back. I want them, one of the things that I also is disheartening to me, say even a couple may come in and um, the black men, when it comes to his health, and now this is not all black men, I'm talking about people I'm dealing with every day. If
Mm-hmm.
he comes in with his wife, he is sitting back and he doesn't know any of his medications, and his wife is the one that's interjecting, or they may not even know the medications. They're just like, oh, the white pill, the blue pill, the yellow pill. Well, I just want to get everybody up to speed. We don't know what those pills look like. I don't look at pills. There's
Mm-hmm.
not a doctor who can tell you, oh, it's this or that. It's the manufacturer, the pharmacist. They just, whoever makes the pill decides what color. And with cell phones, and you just take pictures of your bottles. Just, be accountable for your health.
Mm-hmm.
When you're accountable, you'd be surprised how much more the healthcare provider will pay attention to you. If you're coming in knowing what's going on with you, and at least trying. I saw the most moving thing last week was I saw a couple who had been together for maybe 15 years, and the female, she was the one that had some kind of traumatic brain injury. And this gentleman, he impressed me so much that
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone above and beyond to assist them in any way. A,
Yes,
he had every single one of her medicines listed.
good deal.
B, he took her blood pressure and he was writing them down. He
Mm.
showed me appointments. He was just like, he was in it. He was taking over. And I was just so proud of him. I just had to let him know, like, you have impressed me today. Just keep on doing what you're doing. This is what we want. We want people that care about each other,
Yes,
care
yes.
about their health, and are active in the role of helping each other,
Mm-hmm.
not just come in the system thinking, I get this all the time. Oh, it's in the computer. I said, the computer might be wrong. I need to know that you know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know that you share with me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's those are my things. I just want to and just what we don't know, the basic things that we don't know about healthcare.
Okay.
And if you, I was always taught that the stupidest question was the one you didn't ask.
Exactly.
That's the dumbest question. So ask.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not getting the help from people, reach out to others, who you should have a really good relationship with your healthcare provider where you feel comfortable with asking, where they're not putting you down, you don't feel demeaned in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's good.
it's a two-way street. Hmm.
Absolutely, Christy. And we got a couple of calls. I want to go to the caller. And what we're talking about right now, we have Miss Jane. She's with us today. She's in the health field, and she's talking about health, and as it relate to the black male, black and brown men, and letting us know what we need to do to make sure that we're able to be here longer with our families. Because a lot of times, what's happening is we're losing our black and brown men. We're losing
Yes,
them prematurely. She was talking
yes.
a few minutes ago about your blood pressure, the silent killer, and how that creeps up, and we wait to the last minute until we're dizzy, almost falling out. Well, if had we got that caught earlier, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in, and now it's to the point where you're about to have a stroke. And
Yeah.
so we have to be real mindful. Christy, I know you're in the medical field as well. What's on your heart right now? And we got two other callers. Callers, hold on. We're coming to you in just a second.
And what was the caller name? I'm so sorry, I didn't catch her name.
Jean.
Jean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Jean makes a very, very valid point because I see it all the time as well. People come in not knowing who they saw last, not knowing the medicines they're on, not knowing who their specialist is, not knowing anything about their medical care. And it makes it difficult because you have to understand and I'm not gonna. I want to sound ugly. You're not the only patient that the provider sees, or the doctor, or the nurse practitioner. So when you have your information, may jog their memory. It may let them know, okay, yeah, I remember talking to you about such and such, without them going to their notes. Without you knowing your information, it takes them away, especially in a busy clinic where they have people coming in and out so much. It really helps them to kind of know exactly what your need is. For as myself, I'm gonna talk about me. I ain't gonna talk about nobody else. I'm a diabetic, and so if I don't know the medicine that I'm on, if I don't know the milligrams I'm supposed to take, just like Ms. Jean said, the computer can make a mistake, the doctor can misread something, the pharmacist can write something wrong, medicine change every day, manufacturers changing colors. So if you don't know the names, look it up, learn what it is, learn the side effects to those medicines, know what caused this and what caused that, because some medicines have side effects that's going to affect you more than what they're trying to cure. I have friends that are exactly like my brother. I call him my brother. He has high blood pressure, and for him, he's very bad. He doesn't take his medicine. He doesn't eat right. So then he's like, "Oh, my head hurt. Or I don't feel good." It's because you're not taking care of yourself. And then, like you say, it's a silent killer. My dad had a stroke and a heart attack before he got his mind right. So it shouldn't take all of that before we as a whole, black and brown people, start caring about our health, because we have the poorest health due to the way we eat, due to where we don't care, we lack of caring of what all it takes. And on the other side of it too, we're not even good at the insurance or the things that are able to help us. I talk to so many people who are eligible for, not only that have Medicare, that's eligible for the help with Medicaid, but because they don't know about it, they come here paying money. And I'm like, well, let me help you this. And I help them. They're like, well, I didn't know anything about this. So we have to be on point about the cost of our health care as well as our medicine.
Good deal. Let me go to Curtis. Are you there? Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Morning, family. Hey, Chrissy.
We're talking to Miss.
What's going on, Kurt? I love to hear your voice in the morning.
Okay, listen. We're talking to Miss Jean. We're talking to Miss Jean, and she's educating us on health and especially health of black men here, the black and brown men here in America. Kurt, why is it that we, and I'm asking you man to man, why is it that we have an issue? Sometimes, not all of us, but a lot of us have an issue as black men with going to the doctors and getting checked out and making sure that we're healthy. Why do we have an issue with that, Curtis?
Economics. I ain't to put it like that, man. I ain't trying to make no excuses for it. But economics, bro. The average, honestly speaking, this is just my opinion, but the average black man cannot afford to miss a day at work.
Wow.
He just can't. He can't. When you, I was just watching.
But Kurt, if and I don't mean to cut you off, but let me say this to you: if they would have missed that one day, it could potentially get them, allow them to stay on their job for a couple of more years. Because if they don't,
and most people don't.
Go ahead.
Most future live in the present, all right? And the idea that for guys, for a lot of guys, man, to miss a day at work cost them anywhere from $135 to $200, almost $250 out of their check. You know, I mean, you know, and then I mean, we're not even going to talk about the lack of trust in the medical institutions. I really believe that a lot of African American and brown men really, honestly and truthfully, have a true lack of trust in the medical institutions, and it's a shame, you know, that we have that lack of trust. But I mean, the lack of trust is perpetuated.
Okay.
You know, I was watching this morning. The director of the CDC is speaking out against what our reigning overseer is saying about this coronavirus. But the overseer is listening to a radiologist that he got in his ear telling them these falsehoods about coronavirus.
Hold on, so, let me do this right here. I want to pull Gene back in, Kurt. Great point. But and I love what you're saying. And one of the things that I love about the Morning Glow, man, we transparent, man. We tell the truth about how we feel. But my thing is this right here. I've never seen, and y'all tell me if y'all seen this. Not, it was scared the mess out of me, but I've never seen a dead man pay a bill. And so that's what we may be up against. Gene, I want to come to you. Then we have Leonard as well. I want to go to Leonard. Everybody mute your line. I got a little background hissing noise coming from somebody's line. Everybody mute your line if you're not talking right now, so we don't have that hissing sound. But Gene, what's on your heart? You're hearing the heart of what we're talking about. And Kurt said it's based on a lot of this is based on economics or a lack of trust for the medical field. What do you say to that? Gene, you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm here. I said, I would say, yes, I'm very aware of that. I deal with that every day. However, there's got to be something that you put in place where your health comes first. Because once you do have that stroke, once you have that stroke because you never get care, the care you need for your blood pressure, what then? Then you can't work. Then you're out of a job. Then you're now, in a system where other people have to help you because you can't help yourself. So no matter what, your health, we've got to change. It's like going to work is more important than taking out one day of the year to go get your annual checkup. I mean, come on. We've got to do better than that.
Exactly.
The next thing, lack of trust. I mean, yes, lack of trust has been around for years with even the things of how they use African Americans as in the Tuskegee report. So how do we change that? How we change that is being better advocates for ourselves, because someone can't take advantage of you if you're keeping abreast. If you're seeking the information, they just can't. And because we are the sickest, that's why so many people get to practice on us. This is real. Just think about in a big institution like Grady Memorial Hospital, in the different areas of expertise. There's physicians in training from all over the country who's trying to get here. You know why? Because we're going to give them what we need. They're going to see the worst cases. They're going to see the worst form and the effects of diabetes on a human body. And it's going to be an African-American person that they get to practice. They're going to have the most opportunities to do surgery because sure enough, on the streets, we're shooting ourselves. We're doing all these different things that gives them the ability to do the broken human body that they can practice. So what I say is we have to do better. We have to take care of ourselves so that we have to gain knowledge so that no one can take advantage of us. It's the same thing. It's, even if you're in finances,
Mm-hmm.
people can take advantage of you if you don't know about finances,
Exactly.
right? If you go, so it's the same thing. What I want and my passion is for us to care more, more about our health so that we can have that longevity, so that we're not always the guinea pigs. We're the
Mhm.
guinea pigs because we give them the opportunity to practice on us
Yeah. Yeah.
because we're the ones with the worst conditions.
Let me ask you a question, and this is on topic, but slightly off topic. The vaccine that's coming out right now. How do you feel about that particular vaccine for the corona?
How I feel is personally, I know that I'm going to be one of those people who are going to have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's mandated for healthcare, just like it's mandated for me to get a flu shot
Mm-hmm.
in order to work, I'm going to get it. I don't believe that vaccines are. This is my personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and a person who's in the medical field. I don't
Absolutely.
believe that vaccines are being put out there intentionally to harm us. Because
Mm.
if you think about it, the people who are going to have to get it first are healthcare providers. So
Mm-hmm.
if we all are given this bad vaccine and we all die, then who takes care of the rest of the population?
Mm. That's a good point. Christian, what do you say? How do you feel about this, the vaccine? And then I'm going to Leonard. I want to hear his heart as well. What do you say to that? How do you feel about the vaccine that's coming out?
I'm on the fence. A lot of it because I don't do flu shots. I don't do all those different things. Now I did my vaccination when I was a child, because I do know vaccination do help prevent a lot of things from coming about.
Mm-hmm.
I can say right now I don't trust the vaccine, because it came out too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a vaccine takes a little more testing, a little more things. But I know several people who did the trial, both black and brown and of other colors. Um, so I do know several people that are in the trial that have, some got the placebo, some got the real, and they have to report back ever so often to see if they've got any symptoms of the
Mm-hmm.
coronavirus. Um, I know probably at some point in time I would have to take it. Um, but even with the flu shot, I always decline it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's just my personal preference. I'm not a medicine taker. I'm more of a holistic, and I'm more of a natural type person when it comes to medicine. The only reason why I've learned to take my diabetes medicine is because I want to be here. I want to keep my eyes. I want to keep my kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that those things doesn't affect how I take care of my family. Um, so for me, I wouldn't be so quick to take it. And then I want to touch on what Kirk said. I want all my men to understand something. If you don't take time to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, you're not going to be here.
Yes.
And if you're not here, who's going to take care of your family? If you're the sole provider
Mm-hmm.
and you're working and you have a stroke or you have a heart attack or you have some other life threatening condition and you're in a hospital, and if you don't have the medical health care that you need, that is a lot of money out of pocket
Yes.
to
Yes.
spend on health care, on a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're going to have that hospital bill on top of all your other bills.
Mm-hmm.
When all you have to do is just to take one, like the doctor says, Miss Jean says, just take one day out of 1 year to do an annual.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
that is that, and then do your routine blood work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of places have paid time off. A lot of places you can go on a clinic on a Saturday or Sunday if you're working Monday through Friday. I know some clinics have extended hours to negate that. I know some clinics don't close to 8 p.m. here, Central Time. So it's always a way to do it. It's
Exactly.
just that you have to care enough about yourself and your family
Mm-hmm.
to be able to get it done. So I just think, and then insurance helps too for us with the finances. A
Good.
lot of insurance give so much money if you go get your health annual done.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's just my opinion.
Good deal. Leonard, I said I was gonna come to you next, but we have a caller from the 803 area code. Is it okay for me to go to that caller because I don't know how much time before I come to you?
Sure.
Okay, good deal. Just want to, got to be respectful, brother. 803 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning. This is Sherelle.
Hey, Sherelle, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I doing well, doing well. We're talking this morning. We're talking this morning to a young lady, Jean, and Christy as well, both of them in the medical field, and we're talking about
Mhm.
black health. Excuse me,
Mhm.
and why a lot of our men are not doing the things that they need to do in order to stay healthy. What do you say to that? What's on your heart?
I can't tell you why.
Hmm.
Only they would know why they're not doing it. But the men that I know are definitely doing what they have to do,
Hmm.
or trying to do what they have to do to stay healthy. So I can't really answer that question
Hmm. Okay.
as
Okay.
to why the men who are not trying to do it are not doing it. Maybe it could be fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it could be. I wouldn't know. I would. Only thing that comes to my head is fear, and I guess looking around and not wanting to know what's going on with themselves. Some people just don't want to know,
And do
you
you
know,
think?
and
And do
try
you
to
think
live
that's a
life.
part? Do you think that's a big part of it, Sherelle? That not knowing part is that the most hurtful and the harm, the part that's gonna harm them the most, the not knowing.
I think people fear what they don't know and don't understand.
Hmm.
So I think that's a major um I think fear I think that's one of people don't want to go to the hospital if they think they have the flu, or right now it's COVID-19 out there. You don't want to go because you don't want to find out that you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
something like that. So I think fear plays a big role, a big factor, but we have to get over that. Our men have to definitely get over that. But how do they get over that? That's strictly on them.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
that's their body. So I can't really answer that. The men I
Okay.
know do or try to do what they're supposed to do as
Good.
far as eating healthy and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So I can't really answer that.
Okay, good deal. Now, you all know that we do have a topic for today, and we're gonna get to the topic right about 8 o'clock. So the topic is a real juicy one. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get to the topic as well. I know a lot of y'all want to hear about the topic, but right now, let me go to Leonard. Leonard, what do you think it is, man? Why is it that we as black men, why don't we want to go to the doctor, man? Why don't we want to go and see somebody that can potentially tell us something that could save our life?
This is probably one of the best times to bring up that old myth: ignorance is bliss.
Mm. Mm.
Why would you want to? I go to the doctor regularly. I don't like to, but I go regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's because one, I don't like being bothered. So, and I don't like people poking on me and all that type of stuff either. But
Yes, sir.
you haven't been in the medical field and things like that. It's what most people don't get involved because one thing leads to another.
Mm-hmm.
The excuses are just the same excuses that they all make. If you see this trend in black men, you see it across the board, simply for the basic fact of non-priority.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a
Wow.
priority.
Mm.
And
Now,
one, if you have the mindset that you won't live a long life, you wouldn't do anything to promote living a long life.
mm-hmm. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Look, we also have Donald. Donald, good morning. How you doing, sir?
Doing well, brother. Good
Hey,
morning.
we're talking about, man. We're talking to Miss Jean. She's actually graced us with her presence this morning. She's in the medical field, and she's talking about black men and why we don't do the things that we need to do to make sure that we're healthy. We don't go to the doctor. We don't get checkups. We don't do it. We don't eat right. We don't exercise. Donald, what do we do, man? What do we do to help ourselves?
You know, the I was due for a colonoscopy
Mm-hmm.
a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend of mine, close friend of mine, went get his, and he didn't make it back.
Mm.
He wound up, I don't know how that happens. Maybe the doctor can help me with that. He wound up with a blood clot. I don't know how that happened. And here's another thing, and that this just in the season that we're in now, everyone's so concerned with, at the beginning, especially March, April, May, June, was so concerned with coronavirus, they wasn't paying attention to any other health condition.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody, no matter what they had coronavirus. But people were seemingly overlooked
Mm-hmm.
for what really ailed them because of the concern of, the virus. So me myself, personally, I don't like doctors. I'm not you, doc, to say it. I don't like to be like Leonard. I don't like to be poked and primed. And I tell myself, and this is just honest as a man, I tell myself I'm not sick.
Mm. But see,
So I'm not going.
the thing about it, Don, and a lot of men do that. You're not on an island by yourself when you say that. A lot of men say that, but that's not a cure. That's not a cure.
No.
And so let me go.
It's almost a death sentence.
Absolutely. Let me go to Jane. Jane, what's on your heart? And a lot of men, they put in their mind, I'm not sick. I'm okay. I'm all right. Ain't nothing wrong with me. In reality, they're walking that down death alley. So what do we do? What do we need to do, Jane, to curb that mindset? Jane, you must be on mute. We can't hear you, sis.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you go.
Hello. Yeah. So first of all, I agree and I acknowledge with what the caller just said about people being so caught up with coronavirus that other things are going on that are not being that are being overlooked or delayed. People aren't getting screenings. They're needed, much needed cancer treatments or evaluation. Just a lot of things. The virus had delayed even life-saving surgeries at times. So I do agree with that. But like I said, at the same time, we cannot leave our health. You cannot just blame the medical field. You've got to be you have to be informed and be your best advocate. You have to fight for your health and go after that. And when things like that happen, someone goes into the hospital and they get a blood clot and die, you have to also, for the people looking on the outside, it's like, how could that happen? But then for the people who are on the inside, the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, so what was the status of that person's health? What was the status of their health? Because an unhealthy person going in to have any surgical procedure is at risk, is at higher risk than who would be a normal, healthy person. So those are things not to make excuses or to downplay that, but I hear men say it all the time. I hear this thing about, well, every time you go to the hospital, you get bad news, or you go to the doctor, they only give you bad news. So I don't want to hear it. So that's why I don't come. So then when we do see you, your untreated high blood pressure has now turned into, kidney failure, which was totally avoidable. And now you're on dialysis, and now your whole life has changed for the worse.
Yeah.
So I think I want us to know that if we ignore these conditions, it is only going to make it worse. So that temporary uncomfortableness that you feel going into a doctor, having that visit is worth it. It's worth it every time. If it means that we're going to delay you being on dialysis, preventing you having a stroke, preventing a heart attack, making sure that you could live a more healthy life. Because what happens when these diseases get into their later stages, then you've got a man who's emotionally down, he's depressed. I mean, it just takes over their life. And then you don't have the desire to live because you're in such a state. Because what man don't want to be able to do for himself as long as he can?
Exactly.
And to have to be dependent on another person is demeaning. I mean, I see it. I love our Black men. I'm all for our Black men. I want to encourage them to get out there and be more knowledgeable about themselves, watch their weight, the smoking of cigarettes, just the excessiveness. I'm not pro anything. I'm not pro vegan or any diet. I say, yes, we know that the diet that's out there now is unhealthy.
Yes.
So if you know that, then you start making changes one day at a time. You change one thing. I would love to see families that instead of being so focused about Sunday dinner, how about those Sunday walks? Where you start with your children, with your young boys and your young girls from early, that they know that this is a normal thing to do. It's beautiful for me to see a whole family on the trail riding together, because those are things that you're implementing in them. They're riding their bikes together. I mean, to me, what more beautiful, where it's got to become part of our routine. It doesn't just change overnight. It is it's a thing that you have to, each family, young families now, I hope because my children see the things that I do, that they will grow up and do it with their families.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's how we change.
Now,
That's how we change.
Now, let me ask you something. You spoke briefly on the diet, which is great. I wanted to go there as well. But what about all the water? The water that we're drinking there, and everybody talk about this electrolyte water or whatever. Is that healthy for us, or should we just get the regular tap water?
I'm not really well versed on the difference between alkaline, electrolytes, distilled, tap water. I mean, I want to see people drinking water, period, because first of all, we've got to stop the soda, the sweet tea, stop those things first. Drink your water.
Oh, you stepping on some toes now.
You know what I'm saying?
You stepping on some toes, so you stepping on some toes.
Yes, let's start with the basic things. Stop. Don't drink. Why are you even drinking soda? We know what Coke. I mean, come on. So I'm not well versed on all the differences in the water. I don't even know if that's just a gimmick to sell. People jump on these fads and they get along with it. But I know in other countries, people are just drinking spring water. So, and that's fine. It's just flowing from the mountains. They're catching it, and that's real. Yeah. But here now, in the way things are, just because something is bottled and someone says it's this, unless I see it, I don't actually believe it. And I personally, I don't drink a lot of tap water in my home. I actually just have filtered water, and that's what I drink. But water is my drink. I don't drink any other juices, teas. I have my coffee. I have my daily coffee, but that's it. So I want us to at least, we get on these fads, but then we won't change the bad habits.
Exactly. Now, Donna, do you drink the sodas, man, or the tea and all this stuff, man? Because she said we need to drink more water. Donna, what's your situation, brother?
My and I'm just being sarcastic, but my water has I drink a lot of water. It just has coffee in it. And she said something. I mean, come on. I mean, you hurt my feelings when you said sweet tea. We got to knock off the sweet tea, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, caffeine. Caffeine, stuff that sodas are just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they put on weight that we don't need, but boy, ain't nothing like it. Just a good old Coca-Cola.
Lord, that
There's nothing. A nice cold glass of water does it well for me.
It does. It really does. It's better for you. I'm gonna stop being so contrary. It is. You know, when you get an ice cold glass of water,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best thing. It really is.
See, and
It's just that other stuff, everything good to you ain't good for you.
exactly. And see, my thing is, Donna, you was good until you said ice cold, because I like to drink my water at room temperature. People tell me I'm weird, but I love my water at room temperature. In my mind, it's better for you. Is that factual? I don't know, but that's just what I think. Christy, what's on your heart? All this soda and tea and Coca-Cola and Dr. Peppers and Sprites and all that stuff.
I can tell you this, that I love, I fell in love with root beer and Coke, and I would drink them all the time. And I transitioned into drinking sodas to drinking more water, more natural fruit juices, and you feel so much better.
Yeah.
Your body, your skin, everything gets better once you drink water. Now, with the alkaline and the electrolytes and regular spring water, it's to each his own. It's kind of like saying, like, do you like Dawn, or you like Tide, or you like whatever? All of it's water, and it's going to give you what you need. So for me, I drink a lot. Me and my family, we drink water. I took sodas out of our diet a long time ago, and it has really helped us to maintain a healthy diet. And that's what it's going to cause. Like I said, I shared that I was diabetic. So, of course, I'm a baker, I'm a cook, I'm down south. So rice, pasta, cakes and pies and all that stuff is our heritage. Is what we love to cook, we love to eat. But I have to curtail that a little so I could, like I say, be here. And it's not comfortable. When you first stop drinking Coke, or you first stop drinking those things, it's not comfortable. So a lot of people don't want to do it because it's not comfortable. They want the comfort food, they want the drinks, they want the sweet tea to go along with the peach sweet tea, mango sweet tea, all those different things, but it's not really good for you. So sometimes we have to, kind of like in Christianity, you got to deny that flesh in order to get to the spirit.
Come on.
And sometimes you have to deny some things that you want in order to be better physically. So it's kind of the same thing, but in the physical.
Good deal. Now, Leonard, Coca-Cola, Sprite, iced tea. I don't know if you drink coffee, but how hard is it for us to just put those things down, man, and concentrate more on water?
I don't think it depends on your addictive type of behavior. Because it's all addictive, really. I don't drink much. So I may drink maybe one soda a month, maybe if that. And now these last few months, it's still just too sweet. But I used to drink them. I drink certain things, like when I love water, but like Donald said, tea. I brew tea most of the time. I drink a lot of water. Like I say, I'm not drinking as much right now. I'm trying to get that back up.
Hey, Leonard, let me ask you this.
I drink one or two things.
Let me ask you this. People got they got green tea, the black tea, and all these different kind of teas. Which one is supposed to be the best for you?
It's not about which one is the really the best for you. It depends on which one you can take. For instance, my wife can't drink green tea. So we have to get black teas and things like that for her.
Yeah.
White tea is probably has the most antioxidants and things in it, but it depends on what you are drinking the tea for.
Mm-hmm.
If you buying tea from the store out of machines and stuff, you might as well be drinking garbage.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal unless you are really selecting and brewing the tea yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you know exactly what type of tea it is and what's in it.
Okay. Okay.
My problem, like, you know, the drinks are all sweet. For instance, everything is sweetened.
Mm-hmm.
Anything sweetened is going to be horrible for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
I want to go to Sherelle with the same question. Should we cut out everything white in our diet? White rice, white sugar, white flour. Because a lot of times people say that those things, because of the way that they're produced, are not good for us. What do you say to that, Leonard?
Some of them are not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say, for instance, I'm like Christy, I cook a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I buy brown cane sugar.
Mm-hmm.
However, sometimes I don't want my cake to be a little dark, because if you use brown sugar, the cake will be a little darker sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually, I use white sugar, but I keep the honeys and things like that. We have agave. We very much trying to do a lot more natural things and stop eating processed food.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah. So you want that?
Have to. You can't go out to eat and always in restaurants unless you know exactly what you're getting.
So Leonard, I'm going to go to Sherelle, but you want that light skin cake, huh? You want that light skin cake, Sherelle?
No, I just don't want. I don't want my pound cakes to be tinged brown in the middle.
I got you. Sherelle, what's on your heart? What do you say to this, man? Cut out everything that's white.
I mean, you like you said, you want to cut out things that are processed. I mean, I think we all at one time once ate and drunk all of this stuff. So with education and with knowing, we just kind of either fell back or switched it up completely. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people may just not be educated on what healthy is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, with the times now, you should be, but some people may not be. So, I mean, I say drink your water, wake up happy, smile more, live life, live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one of the key things to being healthy is living. You know, just live and smile more,
Mm-hmm.
and then that'll start you off with, you know, that's one of the things you need to do. Live.
Exactly.
But that, yeah,
That's it.
about it.
And Raheem, before
Yes.
you get off this, I know we're gonna go to another stuff. One thing I would like to recommend, especially to Black men who have issues with going to the doctor for whatever reason, find you a person that deals with natural holistic medicine.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Mm-hmm. That's
Because
good.
you're gonna have to learn how to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So at least hook up with someone you know in your family or what have you, or a lot of our brothers, especially our African brothers and things like that. And you can go online and subscribe completely to people whose pages are dedicated to these things.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do. They tell you about roots to eat. Everything you can imagine you can get online.
Exactly.
You can get it on your cell phone
Mm-hmm.
if you want to. But find somebody that deals with natural medicine.
And that's what I tell
If
people
you're
all the
not
time.
going to the doctor.
And that's what I tell people all the time, man. God will provide even for the bird in the tree, but He's not gonna drop it in the nest. And then one of the reasons why I say that, I don't know if people caught on to it, but everything that we need, God has provided it for us on the earth. We just got to find the right things that we need to do. Gene, what do you say to that? And we're going to finish up this section. So I want to open up the floor to you, Gene. What's on your heart right now?
What's on my heart is, yes, just my last advice is that, yes, I do believe in cutting out as much sugar as you can.
Mm-hmm.
There's some natural things that people can do. My only problem is when our disease process is so advanced, then I want to see the research. And for all the natural people out there, is that I want the stats.
Yes.
I want the stats. And I'm Jamaican born. So
Mhm.
I know about the roots. I believe in the ginger. I know I grew up with that. I believe in the mint tea. I believe in there's just certain things as a family we did annually to cleanse our bodies, things like that. I'm all about that, but I don't want people to, if I don't have the facts to say this root is going to, if you're going to say that this type of root is going to treat your blood pressure, show me the facts, record the numbers. I want to see it. I'm all about you doing whatever is you're comfortable with. Yes, you should find that natural. Any doctor that you have, you should have trust with them. And another thing I want to just put out there for our men is that just not just men, but just people in general. There's a lot of mental health illness out there,
Mhm.
and depression, panics, mood disorders. We're not also addressing our mental health.
Exactly.
So we are to,
I want to.
proper rest,
Mhm.
exercise, annual checkups, dealing with hurts and pains and disappointment. Not, men are strong and they keep everything bottled up. Us with our girlfriends, we let everything out. I want them to be able to find a safe person that they trust to let it out and not let that anger, frustration, and pain build up to where it just, stress hurts us, our health.
Yes. Yes.
Stress is up there,
Mhm.
along with the food, along with the lack of exercise and all that. Stress is up there as far as breaking down your body and bringing on illnesses.
Mhm.
So I want to encourage everyone to be happy, laugh more, live life on purpose. Find out what works for you. There's not any one answer, not any one position. If you're not comfortable with one person, go to someone else. Do it in conjunction with the naturopathic stuff. I have no problems with that. I just don't want us to ignore it and not live healthy. I want to see
Exactly.
the best we can do.
Sis, now, if people wanted to get in contact with you, how could they get in contact with you if they have some additional questions?
Sure. The best thing is to email me at thehealthflow, thehealthflow@gmail.com. I do publish a weekly podcast called The Health Flow Podcast. And those are the two ways to contact me right now. And soon I'll be I'll have a YouTube channel where I'll share all the stuff I've had so far. I think I have over 54 episodes of podcasts already, and it's available everywhere you can listen to podcasts. So it's called The Healthful Podcast. And, if there's anyone, even not just if you have questions, but if you'd like to be a guest of the podcast, there's people who are more experts in nutrition and healthy, natural diet. Hey, I'd love to have you as a guest because I want to spread the word and have something for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to get you back on because there's a couple of other things I want to touch on with you. I want to talk about the prostate cancer. Definitely want to talk about the mental health issues that's out there that's plaguing our community as well. So many different things I want to talk to you about.
Sure.
So could we get you back on again?
Absolutely. Anytime. You just say the word.
Good deal. I appreciate that. Now we're about to transition over to our topic for today. Now, Gene, I'm gonna tell you something. It's about to get a little risque. So I don't know if you want to stay. If you can stay, if you can, if you want to. But
I actually can't because I'm now going to start my day's work. So
Okay.
Thank you for having me, and I'll catch up with you and just let me know when I can come on again.
Thank you for being here. We definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Now we're about to get into this topic. As a matter of fact, before we do that, I'm gonna go to a song just kind of ease it up a little bit because y'all about to do something right now. So let me play this song and let everybody know. Let me see. What song I want to play. I'm trying to find the best song I want to play. But our topic today is this: can your spouse, the person that you married, can your spouse borrow money from their ex? Can your spouse borrow money from their ex. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. We're going to play a little bit of this song. Not going to play the whole song, and we're going to come right back. So y'all get yourselves ready and answer this question. Can your spouse borrow money? Your spouse, the person that you married, your husband, your wife, can they borrow money from their ex? This is Ducati Cortez. The name of the song, Mighty God.
Put your hands together. Hey, listen. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Oh, what a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. Can you help me sing? Mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. Oh, what a mighty God we serve. What a mighty.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna get more than that, didn't you? That's all. We're gonna jump into this topic. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, we might have lost that caller. That's fine. We'll get back to him. But listen, I want to jump into this topic right here. And I'm going to start this thing off by going to Sherelle. Sherelle, can your spouse borrow money from your ex? What do you say to that?
If we need it, absolutely. Mind you, I said we.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm married and we both hit on bad terms and we have nowhere else to go and we've exhausted all options, absolutely. And that's going to come with him or her
All has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's gonna come with him knowing that she knows that we're gonna pay back, and we're gonna pay back with interest. If we definitely need it, I'm not gonna withhold that. If somebody's willing to give it and we really, really need it, yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna deny that.
Okay, that's good.
It will come with her knowing that we're definitely gonna pay it back, and I'm definitely gonna know about it. That he's gonna borrow the money and how much it is. That's how that's gonna go.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question because it's very interesting that you say that. What about the exchange of the money? Where does that have to? Where would it be safe, or where would you feel comfortable with that exchange taking place?
I don't have to be there to get the money. They have Cash App.
Okay.
He doesn't have to be there to get the money, but I still wouldn't. I would have to trust him enough to do the right thing during that exchange. You see what I'm saying? When you're not in my presence, you're representing me. When I'm not in your presence, I'm representing you. So I would have to trust him, and if I trust him enough to borrow the money, I have to trust him enough to go pick it up.
Okay, that's good. Leonard, what do you say to that, man? Can your spouse borrow money from her ex? Leonard, what do you say to that?
No. I mean, it depends on the person, who the person is. If it's a fiduciary agent of some type, works for a bank loan officer or something like that, yeah. But just to hand you that money and back, no.
Yeah. Good deal. Let's Christy, what do you say to that, man? Can your spouse, your husband, can he go and borrow money from his ex?
Absolutely not.
Wait a minute now. Absolutely not. Whoa. Why not?
Absolutely not. There's no need to. I mean, what are you looking back for? What are you going to your ex for? There's nothing that you should be putting our personal information out. If we're having financial issues, then that's what a bank is for. That's what a loan is for. That's what family members is for. That's for us to work out together. What's the need going to an ex for? That's just asking for a whole bunch of issues, in my opinion, to come to the table that doesn't even have to come to the table.
Mm-hmm. But if she don't mind, she don't mind at all. You know, it's okay.
I wouldn't care if she did or didn't. It's not for her.
That's good. That's good. Watch this.
I mean, it's our relationship. When we got married, it was us coming as one together. All your exes, you know, regardless, you know, if we're co-parenting, regardless is that if we're co-parenting, it's for the child. That may be a different situation. If she wants to, like, let's say it's a child involved and she wants to do something for the children or the child or whatever, you know, they're in football, whatever, and she want to buy cleats or give, that's fine. But personal between my husband and I and our finances, as far as us paying for our house or our car or whatever it may be, I just feel like that would be an entanglement and that would be a situation.
Okay. So if she just happened to drop money off at the house one day, come by your house, Christy, and drop off a package.
She's not just gonna come by my house.
Let me go to Donald. Donald, what do you say to that, man? Can you? I know where you about to go, Christy.
So Christy, what's she coming by your house for, Christy?
That's what I'm talking about. What you stopping by for? We ain't friends.
Thank you.
We ain't cool.
She bringing you that money. She bringing you that. She bringing you that money.
Ain't finna talk to my husband.
Donald, what do you say to that, man? Can your spouse, your wife, borrow money from her ex?
Where's she gonna live?
She is trying to help, man. She is trying to help. You know, her ex, you know, he's financially sound, and y'all running through. Y'all got a little roadblock. Y'all running through a couple of stumbling blocks, and y'all need a little extra money. You know, somehow they get into the conversation, and he said, "Look here, you ain't got to worry about that. I got you. What you need?" And she come home.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it's gonna come out. That's exactly how it's gonna come out. I knew, and then with a little ingredients of you should have stayed with me.
See, if you was with me, you wouldn't have.
So when you get back, don't bring that money back over to the house. I'm just saying, and I know sometimes we let our pride get in the way. But it's always gonna be, and I don't know, some people are not like that. But it's always gonna be, remember when I had to. Help you all out. Remember, and then don't fall out. You better not have any more fallouts. Because it's always going to be that ex that's going to be pulling them through. I mean, that's just me. I mean, let me see if I can fix my mouth. Hey, I'm in I know we're in a bind, and I know where I can get
exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask, and before I can finish the sentence, the house can fall apart.
Exactly.
Okay. To me, if I would say I'm going to my ex for anything, I don't care if I can't mow her yard. It ain't gonna work out good for me.
See now, y'all taking a certain approach on it, and I wanna go back to Sherelle. Sherelle, why is this such an issue? This person has the money, and I like your approach on it as well. They have the money, and they're able to help you. Why can't you go and get money from that person?
Like I said, if we've exhausted every effort, meaning banks, meaning grandma, meaning auntie, meaning cousin, sister, brother, homegirl, homeboy, daughter if need be, son if need be, the cockroaches outside, we can ask them too. If we exhausted everything and we have nowhere to turn, We have to exhaust all efforts now.
Mm-hmm.
We have to exhaust all efforts. If we couldn't sell the car to get the money or something like that, and all efforts were exhausted,
Mm-hmm.
and that is who is offering, and we both know we need that, which I would never put my man in a predicament like that, or
Mhm.
hopefully he'll never put me in a predicament like that to where we have to be that low to where we have to ask for anything. Then absolutely, I will definitely, if all efforts have been exhausted.
Mhm.
Now, you're not coming to my house. That's one thing you're not going to do. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. You're definitely not going to come to
Now
my
hold on.
house.
What if they say I will
But
give you this money, but I have to drop it off myself at your house?
You're not going to say that.
Right?
That's not a. Yeah, you're not finna say that.
Mhm.
Like, I mean.
No, see, now, sure. Let me throw this out. Let me throw this out there. Hold on. Sure, let me throw this out there. What if he says to you, yes, you know, how much you need? You say how much you need. It's a pretty large amount. And he said, I'll give it to you. He said, yeah, I'll give it to you. But I want to bring it by the house because I want him to see me putting this money in your hand. Now, what level does that take you to?
He wants who to see who? He wants my husband to see him put the money in my hand?
He wants your husband to see him give you that money.
If my husband okays that, then he can definitely come to the house. I'm definitely going to revert to my husband about that.
He ain't going to
and say, okay, these are stipulations. My husband's probably 9 times out of 10 going to be like either yes or no. If we've exhausted all efforts, you really think my husband going to care if he come give me the money in my hand or not? If I've exhausted all efforts and we have nowhere to go or no place to turn to or no person to turn to, you really think my husband going to be like, I don't know about that. Let's just figure something else out when we've already tried to figure out everything before asking this man for money? Like, realistically, if you down, you know what I'm saying, to an extent, and you've exhausted everything. Now, I'm speaking from an exhausting everything effort. I'm not speaking from not exhausting everything. That's a different ballgame. You know what I'm saying? But if we've tried to exhaust every effort, hypothetically speaking, and we got all no's to include the cockroaches, and they said no too. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, you think my husband, if we really need that money, you think my husband gonna care if that man brings me that money and sees, and that man wants to see? You think he's gonna care?
See, yeah,
if
yeah,
we really
yeah,
need that?
yeah. I think,
you see what I'm saying?
Sure, I think he will. I think he will. I think, you know, a man being a man, you know, he now. First of all, he's not gonna want no man to have to do anything for you if he's your man. He ain't gonna know. Hold on.
Well, guess what? We've exhausted all effort. So if he's not gonna want no other man doing something for me, you need to get up there and figure something else out. You see what I'm saying? Because we wouldn't be asking this man if you didn't okay it. I'm not gonna ask this man without you okaying that.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Absolutely. And that's my issue, though.
About asking this man for money first.
That's my issue, though, Sherelle. It's a respect level, and so it's to me, it's a total disrespect if this man say, "I will give it to you, but I want your husband to see me." That's disrespectful right there. I want him to see me put this money in your hand, because now what he's doing
for me, a real man is not gonna like that.
No,
but if you
not at all.
Okay, that.
A man ain't gonna
okay that.
He's not gonna okay that.
Okay with the man, you're okay with seeing that. If you okay a man giving me money, another man giving me money, then you need to be okay with watching this man hand it to me. If your pride is that big.
No,
you see what I'm saying? If you're man enough to say, yeah, you can get the money from him, you need to be man enough, because you're gonna allow another man to give me money without trying to help it go get it. You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying,
but I'm enough to watch this man hand it to me. What's the difference?
There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. I know you. I know, Leonard. Your phone is real low, Leonard. Yes, your phone. Yeah, turn your phone up.
Miss Sherelle,
let me do this, Leonard. Before you do it, hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Look, before you do that, let me give the phone number 678-381-1973. We got a lot of people coming, and Sherry, she blowing up the feed. So Sherry, I need you to call in too. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Go ahead, Leonard.
This is Sherelle. Can my old girlfriend get me a boat?
Can your old girl, did you, if I okay for your old girlfriend to get you a boat, guess what? I got to be okay with watching your girlfriend buy you a boat. If I say yes to that, knowing I don't feel right about it, I have to be okay with watching her buy you that boat.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people will be like, oh yeah, you could do this, you could do this, but you know you don't feel that way. You know you're going to be mad when they do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why are you okaying something that you're not? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if I say yes to that, and you say, hey,
Leonard, your phone is real low.
I'm being realistic here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm being realistic here. Yeah, like I have to be okay with seeing that. If you say, hey babe, can my girlfriend buy me a boat? And I say, yeah, babe, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? I know deep down I'm gonna be mad. Like, ooh, why is she buying you a boat? And why did I okay this? I'm gonna be mad. I'll be ready to fight. But I'm gonna sit up here and pretend like I'm okay with it. No, I have to be willing to watch this girl. And then I have to watch you for days and Saturdays and Fridays out the month. You and your homeboys riding in this boat. Is that girl about you? Wait a minute.
Leonard, turn your phone up a little bit, man. You're real low. Turn your phone up, Leonard. You're real low. Go ahead.
But you know what? I understand what she's saying. If you give the okay and you're not okay, you got to be prepared for the consequences. That's why I said.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I say ain't no way a woman is gonna walk up on my property and give my man anything. My husband, a child.
Come on, Christy. She wants something. Come on, Christy.
She looking for something.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna give him no piece of pie.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna fix him no lunch. Nothing. Let me find out that you at work and you talking about you got a work wife. We gonna fight. Because I'm like, nah, we ain't finna play that because too much. We have to understand we deal with spirit. And you give a spirit a little bit, it's gonna take a huge mile. Mm-hmm. And even though it seems little, that work wife might feel like that's who she is. And want to step to me. And I promise you that's going to be the last thing she do is step to me about what's mine. We married and that's my husband and we together, you mine and I'm yours. Then you better tell her look, you better tell her quick, that girl crazy, don't step to her. Leave her alone. She ain't wrapped too tight. Just go look. Look, let me handle her. Because I'm like the caller was, you know. If I say it's cool for your work wife to come to the house and eat dinner, then I can't get mad at the flirtation that happens at my table in my face. I welcome that.
Exactly. Let me do this.
And then I can't get mad at him for trying to have dinner with her when I see a credit card receipt and there's two people at dinner and I wasn't there. Why I'm getting mad for I introduced it. I said it was okay by my action. See, but I'm not going to give them type of action.
Wow. Donna Toussaint, talk to me, brother. What do you do in that situation, man? What do you do? Because my thing is this. Y'all need the money. The bills are due. The bills are past due. Y'all get them little pink notes and stuff like that, man. And y'all need this money.
Get turned off.
Everything about to get turned off, man. You know, your back is up against the wall. She said, and she come to you and say, well, you know, I know I can actually get the money. And you like, well, baby, you know, I thought, where? And she said, well,
Where she been getting?
Leonard, turn your phone up, man. You so low we can barely hear you, brother. Turn your phone up a little bit. We want to, because you got some of your heart this morning. But Donna, she said that, listen, I could go to Gerald. Gerald? You got a cousin named Gerald? No. Who is Gerald? Oh, that's my ex. You know, he's pretty well off and we had a conversation. He said if I ever need anything, I can always call him.
Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Come on down. Pick me up down on the way over there.
Y'all had a conversation.
Well, she said.
Let's stop right there.
What you talking
Let's stop
about?
right there.
Now, see, Rodney, you ain't pulled that with me. Hold on. That's different. You ain't pulled that with me. You ain't pulled that one with me. Hold on. Remember I said it's different now.
Uh-huh. I heard you. I heard
you
you.
ain't pulled that with me. Because like the young lady said, you should not be discussing our business outside of whatever.
Come on now, sister.
Right?
You gotta let them
Now,
know.
you ain't pulled that with me. Now, if we down and out, if we are down and out and we know we down and out, I'm not going to consult my ex until you know about consulting my ex. That's just respect. You see what I'm saying? Okay, how do you feel about me reaching out to my ex? You know what I'm saying? If then we'll talk about it from there. Now, if I didn't consulted my ex prior to me telling you, well, I know where I can get the money from. He said
with the rope. You should have checked with the rope.
The cockroach, right? But listen,
Cockroach will tell you that ain't no good idea.
That's when you'll feel betrayed. That's when he, as a man, would probably feel betrayed. But then I'm sitting here like, I don't know what you mean. I don't see what I did wrong. What you did wrong was, we know we down and out. We're trying to figure stuff out together. So let's do this together. A level of respect. Raheem, you throwing in curveballs now after the fact now.
No.
After I just said, yeah, I do it. You throwing in them curveballs. Keep coming with the curveballs. I got a response for every curveball you have. Come on.
Good deal. Good deal. Donna Toussaint, tell me what's on your heart. And we got a caller. We got to go to the caller as well. And actually, we got two callers that's on standby. So, Donna, what do you say to that, man? They had the little conversation, and he said, look, if you ever need me, you can call me, because I'll be somewhere around.
Yeah. I'm sure you will, buddy.
And that's all he wanted her to know, that I got you. When your man falls short, and he can't pay these bills, and you need a little help, call me. I got you, girl. I got you.
Yeah. So now let me just get some time going on, because sooner or later I'm gonna be short in some other areas.
Ding dong.
Okay.
So we got another problem. So who you going to now? You better call a Ghostbuster.
Hey, that's what it is, man. Hey, just here to help, brother. Just here to help. That's all it is. Just here to help. Annie from Mississippi. Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, doing well. We're asking a question this morning, Annie, and I want to hear your whole heart on this. Can your spouse, now y'all in a bad situation, money short, there's notes on the door, disconnect nutters and all the things that they send out, and y'all up against the wall. Can your spouse go to his ex and borrow some money?
I would feel some kind of way about that, because if you're able to go to your ex and borrow money to pay all bills, that means that line is still open, and that line should not be open once you're now married. So I would feel some kind of way about that. I want to tell you, I saw it happen. My son have done it so many times. Just not so long ago, he was getting money from his ex to pay the rent for him and his new girlfriend. So, to me, that's tacky. To me, that's very tacky, because you're keeping that line of communication open. And by her or him loaning you money, it's like you're putting the hope out there. To me, it's like you're saying, I'm still with you. So I mean, I would feel some kind of way about that. I really would.
But the bills will get paid, and all that stress and all that pressure be lifted, though. Y'all just want to get these bills paid. You ain't got the money. She got the money.
Yeah, but like I say, I was some kind of way about that. I wouldn't like that. I mean, go somewhere else, but don't go to your ex and ask for me. I would not go to my ex either, because I would not want my ex to know I'm struggling. So I go anywhere but there.
But
I'm mad because Annie putting her son business out there like that.
Do that. She put it out there. She put it way out there, brother. I wasn't gonna say that, Leonard.
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna let that one slide.
I called the girl. You know something? I called the girl. I said, ma'am, don't load my son on money. She
Mhm.
gave him $1,000.
Good Lord.
Leave them
Mm.
people alone.
$1,000.
Leave them people alone.
Why you
Let them people alone.
And
Look,
you know what?
why you
I
trying to
thought
kill
that
his
was
hustle?
like that.
Why you trying to kill
And
his
he needs
hustle?
to be exposed.
Hey, but Anna, why Annie, why you trying to kill his hustle? He got a little hustle going on. You know what I mean? He got a little hustle.
Oh,
He got.
and what now?
Why you trying to kill his hustle? He got a little backup plan.
It's
But I'm a
enough in
woman
the
and he's a
state.
woman. I'm a woman and she's a woman, so it makes me feel some kind of way because you're using her. So I look her up on Facebook. I call her on Messenger. I say, ma'am,
Oh my
I am
goodness.
Kendrick's mother. I said he have a girl living with him. Do not pay his rent.
Mm.
And all she said was, yes, ma'am. I don't think she told me was yes, ma'am. I said, after my son have another female in the house, do not pay his rent.
Anna, why you doing that though? Why you doing all that? That's too much. That's too much. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing,
He's
Rico?
not taking this.
Rico,
I'm doing all right.
hey, doing good.
Went up.
Exactly. Rico, I'm asking the question, brother, and I think I already know your answer, but I gotta ask you the question anyway. You run into some hard times, and like I say, a lot of the bills are due. You know, the money just ain't there, man. The money just ain't there. Your spouse, your wife, come to you and say, "Look, I know I can get the money," and you ask the question, "Well, baby, what can we get? I thought we looked at everything." She said, "No, there's one place I haven't gone yet." You say, "Well, what is it? Tell me what it is." She said, "Well, my ex told me if I ever need him, I could call him. If I ever need anything, I could call him and he'll be there for me." Rico, what is your next step, brother? What do you do?
Well, I'm automatically canceling that over some little bill.
Mhm.
She can't come to me with that right there, and I definitely wouldn't come to her with that.
Mhm. But you want to pay the bills, brother.
I mean, you got to find some kind of way to get that money.
Mhm.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. I know about pride being a sin, but at the same time, I would have a little bit too much respect for myself
Mhm.
because I wouldn't be able to lay down at night knowing that this man had to take care of my household for me. And I ain't no telling what kind of other conversations were had in the process of this exchange.
Mhm.
But I know I'm not going to probably be in the middle of it.
But hold on, Rico. There's another element to this thing. There's another twist to it now. He said, "Yes, I give it to you," and say it's $1,000, like Annie just said. It's $1,000. He said, "Yeah, I give it to you, no problem." But only on under one condition. And she like, "Well, you know what's that condition?" And she kind of laughed a little bit. He said, "Well, I need to come to your house and make sure your husband is there because I want him to see me giving you this money. I want to look in his eyes when I put this money in your hands." Rico, what do you do?
So he's trying to see me go to jail.
Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Rico.
That's the only reason she getting the money is to leave me and get a divorce. And he's trying to get me off these streets because if he's doing it to prove a point and not doing it out of the goodness of his heart, the kindness of his heart, then I ain't the one for you to play with. You know. But now I look at something.
Why he loaning her that? So she sleep with him.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody saying about sleeping with nobody, man. Where y'all get all this from? That man.
What? Because that's why they said that was the ex, right?
Yeah.
That was the ex, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's why he loaning her that money because he remember when he used to sleep with him. You understand?
And then what they call a gateway through, almost like a gate, you opening the door. So the minute you open that door,
You know where you can go get it. I know where you can go get it too. I tell you what, if you're trying to go get some money, I can show you how to go get it, baby. I can show you how to get it.
But
y'all get angry, man. Y'all get man. Look,
go to a kick cancer place somewhere, Long Shark or something. But you know, I'm gonna tell you what I thought of though. You know, sometimes I see single mothers or poor families.
Yeah.
That have severely handicapped children or need surgery, and they trying to raise money. You see the jars at the stores and the gas station. You know, they trying to raise money to get this treatment done or to take them to a children's hospital and in such places they can't reach, they can't afford it. And one of them might have had a well-paid ex. You know, and now I'm looking at it from my point of view, but you know, sometimes I like to go out in left field and think, well, what could make somebody go to their ex and ask for money? Could a sick, ill child that's in desperate need of surgery, life-saving surgery, convince you to go to a rich ex, or allow your spouse to, or have your spouse allow you, be cool with you going to a rich ex to save your child's life? What if you needed about $150,000-$200,000 and you didn't have any insurance? You know, so I mean, I've thought about that end of it too.
That's a donation.
I don't know.
That's a donation. That's donation.
Yeah.
Right, donation, right?
Oh yeah,
A donation.
it's definitely like that. I'll write it up in my head like that.
That's a donation.
Wow. Let me, Sherelle, what's
See,
on?
Raheem?
I'll get it. Come right to you, Sherelle. What's on your heart? I'm coming to you, sister. I'm coming to you. Come on.
I just want to go back to this boat. Because
You can't get past the boat, huh? Okay. Let's go back to the boat.
No. On a serious note, I mean, is there really a right or wrong answer to this? Because, like he said, like suppose you don't have the insurance and you have that one rich ex that has that $200,000 that you need. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, if you exhausted all effort, and that's just the stipulation with me, because but I'm a female who I'm not gonna put myself in a predicament where I need to ask the ex for anything, and I'm not gonna put him in a predicament where he feels like he needs to ask an ex for anything. We're gonna throw this out, and we're gonna go get it the way we need to go get it. But like I said, if we've exhausted all efforts, you know what I'm saying, and it's just nowhere else to turn, which in life that's very rare, but it can happen.
Yes.
And then maybe you see what I'm saying. Then I would have to say, yeah, I said yes because I'm being realistic here. If I've exhausted all efforts and I don't have nowhere else to turn, I'm definitely going to consult with him first. I'm not going to converse with my ex about it first. I'm going to converse with him first and talk to him about how do you feel about me.
Let me ask you this question, Sherelle.
Such and such.
Let me ask you this question: If that be the case, and you at work one day, and you know the situation that you all are in, the financial situation that you all are in, y'all up against it, and just out of the blue, your phone rang. You answer the phone, and it's your ex. He say, "Hey, I hadn't talked to you in a long time. I just wanted to check on you. How's everything going? How's everything going? Are you okay?" And then because y'all did have that connection one time, you answer the question. He said, "No, I don't like. No, something's going on. Sherelle, what's going on? What's happening? I know you better than that. And that answer you gave me was not all the way. What's going on? Would you acknowledge?"
First and foremost, if my ex called me while I'm at work, I'm not picking up the phone anyway. That's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And I am the type of person who, if my ex calls me, it has to be something. Somebody had to have died that I know, or something like that, for my ex to call me. So I can't even speak on that because that wouldn't happen with me. I wouldn't pick up the phone. But if he happens to call my phone from a random number, I wouldn't even let it get that far to where he would know something is wrong. You see what I'm saying? Hey, why are you calling me from this number? What happened to your other number? That's how that's going to be. Oh, okay. Well, I'm at work. I'll call you back. Cut that off. You see what I'm saying? Some people invite stuff into the. Some people will. You know. I'm not going to discuss I'm just not like that. I'm not going to discuss my hardships outside of who needs to know that hardship, and unless they're okay with that. I just have a level of respect like that. I'm not gonna, and it is times where exes will call you from other numbers or whatever and stuff like that, but I wouldn't even let the conversation go that far to where he would know anything and say, "Hey, what's up? Who is this? Oh, okay. Well, you called me from a different number. I'm at work. I'm gonna call you back when I get off." And probably not even call you back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that would go.
Okay.
But I wouldn't even give him the satisfaction. He wouldn't even have that satisfaction of even, something don't sound right. You wouldn't even know.
Now, you could. Now we had a young lady with us earlier. She got to work and she done called back in. Christy, what's going on?
Y'all had me rolling so hard I had to call back in. Cause you do too much, Raheem.
What I do?
You know,
Way too much.
because I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm just
I'ma
a question
tell you
asker. I'm just
I
a
know
question
you-
asker.
I'm gonna flip it. Because I know a man would not want his wife to go out there and ask her ex for nothing.
You know it, Chris. You know it, Chris.
Nothing.
You know it.
I wouldn't care if it for a piece of cornbread, for a piece of a
You gonna
shoe.
eat your cornbread?
I don't care what it is. That man pride is not gonna allow it. You can go back to the movies when that man said, "Hey, let me give you $1 million to be with your wife for one night." That man couldn't even. He said yes, but he couldn't even live with it because then he wants to know what all did y'all do, what happened. His pride got the best of him, and that's how men are. Y'all pride would get the best. If this man gave your wife $100, you gonna come back and try to give her $5, try to kill yourself.
Now.
Just saying, y'all pride ain't made like that.
And see, but that's the thing, though. But my thing, the reality of the situation, and you're right. You're absolutely right when you say that. Ain't nothing wrong about what you said. But at the same time, you also got to understand, Donna, coming to you, Donna Toussaint, that those bills will still due, though. What do you do?
Some just gonna have to get cut off because I'm not gonna allow no. If we can't maintain our household, my grandma taught me if something you can't afford, you don't need it, and you don't have to go out and ask nobody for nothing. So if you ain't got no lights, you better get some candles, and you better learn how to do stuff in the daytime and go sleep at night. If you can't get your gas paid, well, then you better find your electric stove. It's always a way around something. You ain't gotta ask nobody for nothing.
I hear you, and that's good. But Donna, let me go to you, Donna. Rico, coming to you next. Donna, what's on your heart?
I just don't see how this conversation can get started. Because what happened?
The bills are due. The bills are due. The bills are due. That's how the conversation gets started. The bills are due. Them pink letters.
No, I'm talking about that. I understand how this conversation gets started with me and her, or she and I, but how it get to the ex, to the point where we need some money. How did that conversation start? Man, I couldn't even fix my mouth. Because, Steve, now I'm not like Leonard. Or you, Raheem. I done some stuff. Okay? So based on me doing some stuff, I better not do no more stuff. Nothing. And especially go ask any, because I got a few extras.
Yeah.
Better not. I better not. No, sir. Oh, I don't care what it is. I don't care if the mortgage is due and they're about to repossess the house. We're getting our apartment. That's how that's gonna work out. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't gonna work out good because look, it's the after effects of when that money is loaned. First of all, I'm gonna have my head down.
Let me ask you something. Don. Let me ask you this: is and a lot of times, and Christian was absolutely right. It's a pride thing. So, is your pride higher than your desire to pay the bills?
I should go, man. I better get me a lawnmower and go some yards, or do something. I mean, there's always something that a man's gonna try to find some other way. I don't care if I have to go to, like Rico said, or somebody said, I'll go find me a loan shark. Somebody go burn the car. Something.
Hey, Donald.
But the last thing I'm gonna do, man, the last thing I'm gonna do is let another man do the things that I'm supposed to be providing for. I don't care what I have to do. I'll get my retirement out and get through that before I let somebody look me in the face and give my wife some money to take care of us. And
ain't gonna happen.
I might as well give him some sugar.
Yeah, I do.
You might as well.
Hey, Leonard, turn your volume up just a little bit, brother. Turn your volume up a little. You're real low. Are you talking directly into the phone, Leonard?
But yeah,
There you go.
Donald is telling the truth, and it's bad business,
Mm-hmm.
and people should not really get into it, because I can tell you, I can be very wicked, very wicked.
Mm.
And if you bring that conversation to me, it's gonna be a problem. That conversation should never even hit my table. You heard?
But look here, now you got to look into her crying eyes, because she's crying. She's frustrated.
About her crying.
She frustrated, Leonard, and she just want to pay these bills. You know, a woman get emotional sometimes, and she just want to pay
I know
these.
a lot about how a lot of women pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
understand what I'm
right
saying?
on time.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand how a lot of women pay their bills.
Oh Lord, see you turning
Yeah,
the
I know
curve.
I'm just saying that's how them women come to you.
Mm-hmm.
They need to pay their bills. They need to pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
They need to pay their bills. All of them need to pay their bills. This ain't no special situation.
Mm-hmm.
See, you put all that that icing around there like that, you know, the bills and this getting ready to cut off. But like Donald and Christian them just said, you better make a way. We gonna make a way. Because the moment you tell me you got a man that's willing to give you that money, I'm gonna go with you over there. I'm gonna take all his money. I'm gonna put that pistol in his mouth and let him know. If she even call you, you better not answer that phone no more.
We got another caller. Cassandra.
Hey, I want to do this first right here. Let me do this first, because y'all is preachers, and I mean, we're gonna put it in a whole different light.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I know.
Okay.
Can your wife's ex-husband join your church?
That's
you gonna give him the right hand of fellowship at your church?
See, that is woo.
They not. They not.
Look at woo. Let me go to the phone line, Cassandra. Good morning. Good morning, Cassandra.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, doing well. Glad you joined us this morning, sister. We're asking the question: can your spouse bills are due, ain't got no money gone? Can your spouse borrow money from his ex to pay those bills?
Oh, this is so funny. Now, Leonard, you are not going to like this answer, okay? you are definitely not going to like this answer. Listen, my ex-husband, who's deceased now, the woman that he was seeing told me one time, she said, well, you know, when he was sick, I paid y'all bills. And I said, well, thank you so much. I said, listen, I appreciate that. That is so kind of you. Because if you think I wanted my children's life and us to not have somewhere to stay, my pride was going to go over that. No, pay the bills, Chick. If that's what you feel, pay the bills. You pay them. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think she thought I was going to be mad and cuss and carry on like a hood chick. I told her thank you. I told her thank you. So I'm saying I'm saying it's according to the relationship. But this chick was actually seeing my husband, but she paid the bills while he was sick, and I was like, listen, pay the bills, girl. We need them lights in the gaskets. We need that. So
wow.
Yeah, Leonard, yes. She paid him, and I thanked her. And she paid my car note. I said, girl,
Lord, she was a good thing. She was a good thing.
She was a good thing to both of us. She was a good thing to both of us. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
Wow. Rico, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh Lord.
They better work like the CIA. They better move very covertly. If that money happen to walk up in there and do a little bit paid, they better make me believe in Santa Claus. I don't even want to have a will. I don't want to know that nobody would have said, how long did that man came there you give you that money?
Come on, Rico. Come on.
That movie.
Yes, they are.
Y'all really cutting up. They cutting up.
that movie Christian was talking about earlier was Indecent Proposal.
Yes,
I remember for that. I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah, I
about
remember that.
earlier too, but that was sort of a different situation.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you know, I'm gonna tell you what one obvious truth is. It's a lot of sorry men out here that will do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll tell the woman to do it, and she don't even have to mention it.
Mhm.
They'll tell her, hey, come on. And the reason why I know that because I know some men now. I ain't gonna say I know some. I know of some in the past that not personally, but just met them. They have traveled around the country and with their girlfriends and sold them from hotel to hotel.
Exactly.
Just to get that money, just to get that Federal Reserve, that Federal Reserve note. They ain't have no bill due. They just wanted that money and they wanted some of the finer things. It may have been some red bottom shoes. No telling what it was. And they get that girlfriend and recruit other women. So I mean, you know, we dealing with a different breed of people right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That don't find no problem calling that ex, and it may have been an abusive relationship. It could have been terrible. But they got something that you want or something. I ain't gonna even say nothing something that you need. Yeah, they might have something that you need and want. So you will lower your standards and swallow your pride and say, hey, I need. So I mean, you know, we dealing with a different environment of people now. You know what I'm saying? When it comes, like I said, to me, when it comes to material and superficial things, it's a definite no. But you know, now if it was a life saving, something that you know, I would probably have to, you know, work something out. I don't know. Like I said, if my child needed some kind of surgery and I couldn't provide that therapy or whatever, then you know, maybe I would take that donation. But we gonna make sure it's known as a donation. I'm gonna do like Cat Williams. I'm gonna have my antenna up. I'm gonna be looking out, making sure ain't nothing else going on.
Rico, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so crazy, Rico. If the baby's sick and all that stuff, and the man show up with that money, we're gonna have to run a blood test, cuz.
Exactly. I might have to think about that. You know, me get some DNA while we at it.
See, y'all taking sharp left turns today. Christy, what's on your heart?
Get back to that church thing, though, Raheem. Get back to that church thing now.
Okay. See, I try to dance around it, but I see you ain't gonna let it go. So we'll get back to it.
Gonna let it go.
Christy, are you there? 318 area code. 318 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay. Sherelle, what's on your heart right now?
I'm nothing, but y'all really on one today. Right here.
Hey, this the morning glow. This the morning glow right here. Hey, we gonna, if we ain't gonna do nothing else, we gonna bring it. This the morning glow, but
yeah.
So look here.
But yeah,
you fit right in. So you fit right in.
I sure do. But no, I agree with them. I get everybody's point of view because that pride will get to you. You wouldn't want your ex or your spouse reaching out to an ex. I mean, that's just really, you wouldn't want to do that. But I mean, there's some situations that you might have to. And I say that very lightly because there's other ways to get it. So, like I said, I wouldn't put myself or him in a situation where I would have to reach out to an ex or he would have to reach out to an ex. Now, it's a different ball game if he go behind my back and reach out to that ex. You know, it's so many different curveballs that you can throw into this. But I would just hope he would stay solid. You know, sometimes you build from the ground. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's where your strength comes from, is when you're low, and that shows your strength. So I said yes because if like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it, all efforts exhausted, which is very slim to happen. You know what I'm saying? Then you just might have to. But I would definitely consult with my spouse before even having any type of conversation about what's going on in my household with an ex. You know what I'm saying? So, but I agree with everybody, but you guys are hilarious. I know that.
Hey,
Donald's still on there, Raheem?
Yes.
Raheem.
Yes,
I just want to say this. I don't condone my spouse to talk to their exes. on any circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I would have to ask a question.
Now hold on.
Why
Now
are you talking to me?
that's almost like, and just me listening to what you just said, that's almost like you saying I don't give him permission to talk to his exes. But a wrong person can talk to who they want to talk to now.
Then I ain't say for permission.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that, it's no way that should be a possibility
Mm-hmm.
to speak to your ex or anything like that in that manner. I mean, like you say, we should exhaust all other things before that, before you go into, oh, my ex needs to borrow some money. I wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good deal. Now, Leonard, let's get back to it, brother. Put it back out there. Put it out there.
By many of you being in the church and entitled and all these types of things,
Mm-hmm.
you pastor the church or whatever. Your wife ex, can he join your church?
Cassandra?
No, Raheem, you answered that question. You threw them curveballs at us.
No, but I'm the question asker. But I deal with that. My thing is, it will be very uncomfortable. It will be very uncomfortable to have that and knowing that this man has walked down the same street that I'm walking down now. And I try to say that in a very adult way. It would be very uncomfortable having him there. But at the same time, if I'm a man of the cloth, I could not say that he can't come, because my objective is to do the will of my Father. If I'm in the pulpit, if I'm there leading that congregation, my whole intention, hopefully, is to do the will of my Father. If he has to come there to get fed with what he needs from the Father, then I will let him in. Yeah, I will let him in. I would. And
I'm not a preacher, so I'm waiting on the other folks.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, man, there was absolute silence when I got finished. Cassandra, that question is to you. Come on, you ain't getting off the hook. Come on, let's talk.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it would be no problem for him to be a part of the church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if everything was everything and we were, I mean, we ended good. You know what I'm saying? I would have no problem with that. If he's coming for the word, our relationship is done. He's moved on. I've moved on. Why not? I mean, if our job, and then think about the communities and stuff that some people live in. There might just be one or two churches in the area. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why would I not want somebody to come to hear the word of God? Because I know it ain't nothing going on between him and I,
Yeah.
And my husband would understand that. And I just feel like some things are security issues. If you feel insecure that he could not be in your church or she could not be in your church, what's wrong with y'all relationship that you feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
That you feel like it might lead to something or it might be something. That's just me.
Now, could he be in a position of leadership in the church as well, alongside you?
If he's a minister, what was the position? It's whether you want him there or want her there or not. The position shouldn't matter. If they're in the church and they're working in the church, the position shouldn't matter. Are you secure enough in your relationship with your mate that you're not concerned about that person being there? And that's what it plays down to. You can make it any way you want and try to dress it up. It is your security or your insecurity that would dictate whether you are comfortable with that person being there.
Yeah, your security or your lack of. Toussaint, what do you say to that?
Lack of.
Toussaint?
You've been waiting on this one, Dan. I thought I've seen a fight break out in the middle of the whole thing.
That's what Leonard waiting for right there. Right there. That's what he's waiting for. Go ahead, Donald.
I saw a woman shouting right into an ex, and the fight broke out right there. In the middle of the Holy Ghost. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Now, me myself personally, Leonard, I wouldn't advise it because it wouldn't be good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to have a sit down and lay down the law.
Mm-hmm.
Not my law, but there should be unity and no division.
There
No
will
schemes,
be
no tactics.
peace in the valley.
Peace in the valley.
For me. Go ahead,
But
bro.
can they handle it? Can they handle it? Because I know some vindictive people.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say vindictive women
Mm-hmm.
that will sit in the congregation, especially exes, and will come and make sure that they sit in the front row.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And they don't have no mother's dress on, motherboard dress on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they swear up and down, they shout.
Mm-hmm.
But they're making a scene.
And the whole time they airing out.
Nothing.
And the whole time they
They're
airing
airing
out.
out.
Mm-hmm. They airing out.
They're airing out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing to do about that is you have to ignore people and move on with your life. I'm telling you, y'all, Willard, you've been waiting on this one.
Because it's
I
not
see it all.
uncommon, I know. Yeah,
No, it's not.
Because it's not uncommon for people, even when you get a divorce, to switch
Right.
churches. You don't even go to church no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And people have a tendency to come back and see what they can inflict on you, especially because, and if you're in the ministry, to see how much God you really got in you.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. That's what I wanted to get to right there.
Because the Bible says, whosoever will, let him come. I can't stop anybody from coming.
Leonard talking about that's what I want to get to right there. See, Leonard, you're being messy. You're being messy, Leonard.
But think about it. Even in corporate America, we have rules against this type of thing.
Yeah.
Because
for reasons.
You can't work together. You can't even be work together for legal reasons. You know, a subordinate can't be involved with their supervisors and things like that out of respect for that relationship. You know, it's hard to explain that one, I'm supposed to be doing one thing, and then next thing you know, you caught doing another.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, what pastor's wife don't notice how women looking at her husband
mm-hmm.
and how they presenting themselves.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I thought, you know, that would be a thing. Like, say, for instance, I know several couples, when they get a divorce, they go different churches.
Yeah. Rico,
they
what's
don't
on?
even go to the same church no more.
Exactly. Rico, what's on your heart, man? What do you think about that?
I definitely agree. You know what? At first, when I was hearing it, I was thinking about it from the perfect aspect of people being like very holy, like what would Jesus do type of aspect. And if it was Jesus leading the flock, he would say, "Come on," you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then I have to look at it as being a human being. And one thing about it, once people have crossed a certain line and got intimate with each other, really got personal. They open up Pandora's box. Sometimes it don't take much to trigger those feelings or those memories, those emotions. It might be a smell, anything. It could be certain words, and so you playing with temptation if you do something like that. You know, to be honest with you, like what Leonard said. Okay, even if the ex was the pastor. And I was walking in a light the way I wanted to join a church, and he was the best person to preach that word. I might listen to him on the radio or listen to him on TV and not even let her know, because I don't want to start going to that church because we're human.
Yeah.
She might get caught up in that emotion of what he used to be and see a new person and see him just being a leader that he is, and all of a sudden I can't compare. I ain't did nothing wrong, but she just see the light a little bit better with him, because thousands more in the congregation see the light. So, you know, the best thing to do is respect your human side and avoid that.
Yeah. Wise man, I read somewhere. I read somewhere where it says wise man sees trouble from afar and he avoids it. Somewhere I read that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point of view, Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to understand that, especially women. And, you know, we laugh and we joke. But I advise men to be very wary when it comes to a woman who believes she answers to your pastor as opposed to her husband.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I got to go to Sherelle on this. And Sherelle, what do you say to this?
Um.
Let me say this before you say. Let me say this right here. I when Rico was talking,
you ain't gonna go to hell, Sherelle. You ain't gonna go to hell. Let me say something.
Right, but New Mount Zion down the street. So why are you going to? So why you know? But no. I cannot deny. I cannot be mad if he wants to join that church. He has his reasons for wanting to join that church. Maybe he's getting something from the church. I can't just technically think it because I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I can't think like that. But New Mount Zion is still down the street. You know, I'm quite sure, you know, you probably been there too, but I can't feel no type of way because he wants to join the church. I just have to stay out the way. If that makes sense. If he gets a position and all, if my husband or whoever is in that in a high position, I don't have to deal with him. I'm not in that position. You see what I'm saying? You have to. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with them on a level, but that's when you have to put that to the side because he might be there to really, you know, he might really like that church or whatever. So I just stay out the way. Honestly, I'd stay out the way. I'm not gonna quit going to the church because my ex is there. Exactly. And I'm not gonna, you know, hey, how you doing? Goodbye. You know, that's just how it is. I'm gonna be nice, but if I'm not in a position, if I'm in the audience, I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to sit by you. I mean, it's different ways to deal with things. So, but I'm not gonna be mad because he joined the church.
Okay. When Rico,
and he told by the way, I need to borrow $50.
Oh Lord. I was thinking about something when Rico was talking there, and an episode of Sanford and Son came to my head. And y'all know Fred got a funny way of doing things. But Fred was going to marry this girl, and he bought her home. And when Lamont saw her, he realized that it was y'all might have saw the episode that it's somebody he used to date back in the day. And she looked.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she looked at Lamont. Lamont looked at her, and they didn't say anything. And Fred said, "This is Blase. Blase went through the whole formal meeting, you know, greeting and, you know, introduce them and everything." And Fred said, "I'm gonna go upstairs to the bathroom. I'll bring back. Y'all talk amongst each other, get to know each other." Fred went to the bathroom and he came back. Lamont took him in the kitchen, and he told him, "Me and the girl is in love." Fred said, "Wait a minute. I just went to the bathroom. I just went to the bathroom. Y'all had time for all that." And see, that's the thing right there. Old feelings and emotions or get caught up in. You can get caught up in those old feelings and those old emotions. And if you're in the church, hopefully you got the right. If you're in leadership, hopefully you got the right intentions and you're there to do God's work, and you don't get caught up in that. But Cassandra, sometimes it can be real easy to get caught up.
Yeah, it can, you know, it to me, I think it's the people's choices and where you are spiritually, if you're able to, you know, deal with the temptation. That's why I'm saying it's really up to who the people are, because for me, it would be no problem for X to be in a church with me and me not have any feelings, not anything, because that chapter is closed. The only way that door can be open is if one of y'all still walking around in your feelings. And then you should not join if you feel like that's what it is. If you still care for that person or whatever, then you should not join that church.
Cassandra, what would you do?
I don't know.
What would you do, Cassandra? Church service is over. You know, y'all go to the handshaking service and the meet and greet. And he just happened to walk. You talking to somebody. He just happened to walk by you, and say it very low. He said, "I always liked seeing you in that dress," and keep walking.
Boy, stop making that movie script. Boy, nobody playing.
What do you do? What do you do? He walked by and said, "I always love seeing you in that dress."
I'd look at him. I'd give him that look. I'd give him that look that he know. Boy, don't even try it. You know better. I would give him one of those looks like, really? Really? You just said that? I would shut him down immediately. Everybody may not be at that place, but I know that I'm at that place where I would shut him down immediately and give him the look. Don't try me. The don't try me look.
So,
everybody can't do that.
Exactly. Now, Sherelle, what do you do? He walked by you. You talking to somebody, and he walked by you, and he say, "I always love seeing you in that dress." And keep walking, and keep walking.
I better not be standing next to him anything. I'm gonna tell him. I'm telling.
What you telling for?
My response is, because you're saying, okay, I know. Yeah, that'd be, I know. You know, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably look at him crazy. Because now you're telling me why you joined the church. Right there. You see what I'm saying? Now you're telling me why you joined the church.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
the jokers is out there.
Lord.
And here you is, the pastor's wife, and all his concubines sitting down there on the first row.
Lord, my Jesus.
Y'all are off the chain today. Wow.
I mean, it's just we're a little filthy about it. You understand what I'm saying? It's very filthy. The way we have entangled ourselves in these relationships and then making excuses for it and then trying to go back and fix it. And now we got to do all this when we should be behaving that way in the first place.
Exactly. Now watch this.
It's a method. It's a method to the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now watch this. Rico, you're the pastor of the church, Rico. You're the pastor of the church. And you're up and you're looking over the congregation after the service is over, it's handshaking day. And you look and you see your wife standing there talking to a young lady. And then you see this cat walk by your wife, her ex, whisper something and keep walking. What do you do, Rico? Do you approach him? Do you approach your wife? What do you
do? Man, if she didn't say that, and I just seen him walk up with that slick mess, they gonna be like, boy, I knew Rico hadn't changed. I knew he was still with that mess, cause they're gonna be turned out up in that day, boy. I swear we gonna go viral. Everybody, we're gonna be all over the internet, but they gonna be like, boy, this pastor here done lost his mind up in him. It might have been something innocent. I'm gonna look like a fool that day though. I might be in the wrong. You know, this is something I was thinking about though. You know, like you get into the church. Most of the time when you go into the church, you're going in with a different mind. You're going with an open mind and a more embracing way of people. You might watch people, but you still might be a little bit more forgiving or give people the benefit of the doubt more. And say, for instance, you are in this church with your pastor husband, or you looking for a church and this guy's a pastor, and you get there and it shows up. And over time, you start seeing the positive qualities that made you once like them in the first place, along with other positive qualities that have made them a better person. They might start showing some of the things that you were looking for in them in the past, that you might be like, you know what, this is a change man. He is different. He is perfect. And still, you got those memories of your intimate times. You still got those experiences that's going to always make you go and revert back to some of those memories. I don't care what that next man is doing. Your husband might be doing a good job. If that ex comes in that church, it could be a woman. That woman comes into that church and she starts showing me a very virtuous, wholesome woman, but I remember how she could pop it. Oh my goodness, my wife, the human side of me is going to have a problem. That's just him. I mean, I would wish that it wouldn't happen that way. So I mean, like I said, I think I would try to just not tempt myself, because not even being a pastor, there's been times I try not to tempt myself. And sometimes it just, you know, an ex that I couldn't stand just made me remember some nights that we had that made me have good memories about her. Sometimes I might slip up and do that. So, you know, as a pastor, you got to be very strong if that itch comes into that church, you know, or if you decide to go to a church and that itch is the pastor. That's a huge dilemma.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? You see this man walk by your wife. You the pastor. You see this man walk by your wife, whisper something, and keep walking. What do you do, Tucson?
Whisper.
Yeah, he whispers something. Yeah,
Whisper.
she's
you
talking.
ain't supposed to be fighting in the baptismal pool. Whisper. Whisper.
Come on, Donald. Hey.
Boy, y'all are something else. Y'all are something else.
I mean, you know, and we try to be as spiritual as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that hidden word supposed to come out because that new creature. But let me tell y'all something. That old man, he ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
He will not leave the house. He's still in there.
Mm-hmm.
The one that used to party and drink and smoke and young women and all of that. That fella's still waiting for his opportunity to show back up and shine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much Holy Ghost scripture you got in you. He ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fight every day. We fight. The worst enemy I have is me. I don't worry about it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up every morning and I say, "Good morning, you crazy." Okay.
God almighty. God almighty.
That's my man Donald right there. He tell the truth.
Yeah.
Good morning, you crazy.
I mean, really, for real, we worry about other folks and how they're going to react.
Yeah.
I worry about how I react.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Because I know some women that I thought was the most beautiful women in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, just throw it out there. I wanted, that's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't asking God or Jesus or nobody else.
There you go.
And I found out they was crazy as all get out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
if they show up
Mm-hmm.
at the church, I know what their motive's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Already.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, you know, and some women, they get in church and they you know it because they louder than the preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
And ain't got no microphone. And ain't got no microphone.
No.
Ain't got no microphone. Ain't got that.
They making a scene. They want everybody to know that they are there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and let me go back to whispering in my wife's ear.
Uh-oh.
You ain't supposed to be fighting in the baptismal pool. But man, you're supposed to let them up after a certain time, right, Cassandra? You're not supposed to try that.
Yeah, there is a time limit. There is a time limit, Donald. There is a time limit.
He talking about somebody.
Hey, you mess around and have your whole sermon off that Samuel Jackson off of Pulp Fiction. It'll be every sermon every Sunday will be pointed toward him.
Lord, my Jesus. Now I want to go to the ladies for a second, and I'm gonna ask the ladies this question. I'm coming to both of you. Your husband is the pastor of the church. His ex has joined. He talked to you. No, it's okay, no problem. After service one day, you notice that she go up to your husband, and in the course of the conversation, she keep touching him on his chest or rubbing his chest, and as she's talking to him and stuff like that, just keep touching him. You look at your husband. What happens next, Cassandra?
Oh, no. What happened next is somebody going to be picking her up off the floor, and then I'm going to anoint her with oil and pray over her. Because, no, she done stepped over the line. No, for real now. She done stepped over the line. Rubbing the chest. What the hell are you rubbing the chest for? No.
It's just in the course of our it's just in the course of our conversation.
Over into another. We're going into the twilight zone because I'm going to knock her out. And then I'm going to help her, like, sis, let me help you up off the floor. And anoint your head with oil at the same time. What?
I'm not concerned, Joe.
Oh, yeah, really? No, because that's disrespectful.
It's just in a conversation.
Don't do that.
She talk with her hands.
But touching him, you can talk with your hand without putting your hand on his chest. Hello, somebody. That ain't a part of the conversation. You can keep your hand to yourself. You don't know. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not petty. I don't listen. If that's what's going to get him back to her, then he weak. So go on, take him, girl. Do what you do. Get what you want.
I'm petty. I'm petty, man. I'm petty.
Boy, look here. Look at this is one of them days right here. I want to know, Sherelle, what you gonna do? You look, you talking to a lot of people, and you happen to turn your head and you see your husband over there, and he's talking to his ex. You didn't have a problem with her being there. It's okay. But you notice that while they're talking, she keep reaching out, and every time she laughing and giggling and keep touching his chest when she talk to him. And you turn and you and your husband eyes connect. What do you do next?
Well, what's she touching his chest for?
It's just a conversation. It's just her, she talk with her hands. She talk with her hands.
That's my question.
You don't touch my husband's chest in the church.
And when the black woman don't say the whole word, she ready to fight.
Okay.
She say, "Mom, what are you touching them for?"
Yeah, but listen, when they had the altar call, you had your opportunity to be anointed.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you touching my husband?
Wow.
After they had the altar call.
Mm-hmm.
They had altar call, you had an opportunity to come to join the church and come get prayer. And they have the extra virgin olive oil up there waiting on you.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to be touched,
wow,
you should have went up there for altar call. If you wanted to be touched.
Rico.
But you're about to touch her back there in the vestibule.
You gotta ease it. You have to ease the attack. So you got to walk up there and everything good. Okay? And look at him. Don't look at her. Don't look at her. You have to look at him. Everything, y'all okay?
You have to ease the attack. Did I hear you say you have to ease the attack?
You have to ease it. I'm not gonna fight you in the church. I'm not gonna fight you in the church. Oh, but I'm gonna address him if he's allowing it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna address him, but I'm gonna say, oh, what's going on? Oh, she wanted prayer. Oh, with altar call was 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She could have came up during that time. Exactly.
They sung "Come to Jesus" and everything. You didn't come. Oh well, why you touching?
You didn't come when they sang the song. Did you come to? Okay. Well,
they sung it.
Let me see. Let me get everybody. If I can get everybody to do something, everybody that's on and everybody that's listening, share this broadcast. I think we're having a good time. We're actually enjoying ourselves, but at the same time, there's a huge message in what we're saying. So please share the broadcast on your page, your social media. Share this broadcast if you don't mind doing so. And everybody, y'all do it for me too. Share the broadcast. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
In that situation, the person that's being approached got to really draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
They have to, put, I ain't gonna say put that person in a place, but they have to, step back and let them know, to keep the distance a little bit. They have to do it kindly, because you might have some of those pastors that just don't like to rub anybody the wrong way and don't want to make it seem like they're insinuating that the woman is being.
So you can't walk over Rico and slap him on the hand and say, "Get your hand off my husband." You can't do that.
Oh no, that might be what what she would want to do. But to be honest with you, it would be up to that spouse to check. And if the spouse just sit there, keep he and ha, and you know how women are saying, if it's the spouse is sitting there receiving it, like if that man walks by and says that to my woman, my wife, and she just grin, and then I know that little grin, and then look at it, she was flattered by it, I'm gonna have to go and say something to her and him. What was that about? But you really don't want to cause a scene, because you are the leader of that church.
But you ain't gonna let it fly.
No, I ain't gonna let it fly. I got to address it. But really, truly, the person that is approached should be the one that addresses it. Like if I'm the pastor and the woman comes up and put her hand on my chest or whatever, I'm gonna make sure I very kindly find a way to get away from that situation and let her know, hey, now you gotta be careful. My wife ain't gonna play that. Be kind about it. You know, but at the same time, let her know that, okay, we can't be doing that. You can't be touching on me like that.
Rico, and if she don't act accordingly after you tell her that, your wife might turn into that animal that's above your head. Don't turn around and see the animal above your head right there. She might turn
that tiger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She might. Absolutely. But Leonard, let me go to Leonard. Leonard, what do you do, man? What do you do? You see this whole situation. You see him walk by. You see what he's gonna say in her ear, as whispered as he's walking by, and you see her, your wife, giggle. Then what do you do? Leonard, wake up and go to sleep.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
I said, what
trying to get to him right now.
He's trying to get to him. What do? You sit there. You're the pastor of the church now. You're the head of this church. So you have to conduct yourself a certain way. Your congregation is still there. But you see her ex walk by her, whisper something as he's walking by, and she just get this big old smile on her face. And you sit there, you're watching this, Leonard. What do you do?
I'm gonna address her. I'm gonna address her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna address her privately.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way you take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make no scene or nothing like that. I'm gonna address her privately. But you know, I can tell you what's gonna happen. He gonna have to go somewhere else.
Huh? You gonna kick the man out the church?
You heard? Not am I gonna kick him out? He can't come back. I'm the pastor of that church.
But you can't, Leonard, you can't just kick the man out. The man need the word. The man need the word like everybody else need the word now.
I'm giving him a break, Raheem.
Did y'all hear that?
You don't understand.
Hey, Leonard the one giving the word. He need to be talking a little.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I can tell you where maturity has helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I've always been like this. A woman ain't never been able to make me do something that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a lot of times, and I have a very good wife because I have a lot of female friends.
Mm-hmm.
But my female friends can tell you I don't cross the line.
Yes, absolutely.
Even when I was
absolutely.
when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger, I don't care how many women come in me at that church. I ain't fool with no women in that church.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it look like Eve, I'm not gonna fool with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just gonna get worse. And you know who has a habit of making things worse? Us.
Yes, indeed.
You say, oh yeah, we can handle business. Oh, ain't gonna be no problem. And then like Donald say, you don't jump straight out the Holy Ghost and went to fist fighting in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all forget folks being murdered in the church.
Yes, and yeah.
Because of these relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Preachers are being killed because of these relationships.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Especially sisters don't cross over into the same sex issue. So we have to be very careful when we talk about what we can handle. It's not whether you can handle it or not. That's why them rules is there.
Mm-hmm.
So you be obedient as opposed to having to sacrifice. So it's good to say what you would do. But if you think for one inkling there's going to be an issue, don't be involved.
Exactly.
Don't be involved.
Exactly. Toussaint, talk to me. Toussaint
It had to be Leonard bring something up like this.
He sure did. He sure, yep.
Hey, look,
it's a good one though.
I was rehearsing my clothes while that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how we get to the point that they put nails in his hands and nails in his feet and pierced him in the side. He laid his head in the hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on right here?
So you're just gonna stop everything you're doing. Wait a minute. And it said that you got to understand what. Wait, hey. Come on, man. You can't just stop it like that, man. How you gonna do that?
Hey, just stop and answer right in the middle of the sermon. What you say to her?
Somebody get him away from my wife. Somebody get him away from my wife. Him right there. Get him away from my wife. Cassandra, is that the right way to do that, Cassandra?
I know I've had so many different scenarios play out in church for real. While y'all playing, I've seen some things, man. I've seen people knock people out in the church. I've seen women catfight in the church over a man of God. So this stuff is real. I mean, we're laughing, and joking, but it's real. And now, especially with women can be extremely disrespectful. Men will try to keep it on the low, but once that woman feels like she has that sort of in, she can get. I know I told y'all before when I was working at this one church, and in the middle of service, the woman stood up and asked the pastor what he was going to do about the baby she was carrying in the middle of church. Church full of folk. No.
Wow.
Listen, I'm telling y'all. And I'm looking at his wife because she was a good friend of mine, the pastor's wife. And she was devastated. She got out, ran out. He ran down off the pulpit, and I was getting ready to go over and punch her lights out till somebody grabbed me. Don't do this. No, don't laugh, y'all, because don't do that, man. That is the ultimate in disrespect. Why would you wait until you get into church and stand up there and confront that man like that? If anything, you should have done that in private with the deacons or whatever. But you literally stood up in the middle of a church service with about 400 or more people and asked him something like that. That was disrespectful. She almost got her butt kicked. Oh, excuse me. In the name of Jesus.
And that's why I said
you know you had it in you, Cassandra.
You ready to jump on this lady and hear your
Yes, I was.
Adulteress of hell, but you ready to punch this lady in her face.
Yeah, but no, the way she did it. I'm not dismissing what he did, but what she did was messy and nasty and intentional. So then she should have approached the deacons, said, "Hey, I got a problem, pastor, blah 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 blah," and then they all get together and talk or whatever they want to do. But to do that in that manner, it was messy.
But Cassandra, can I say something to you?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something to you? He didn't approach the deacons when he laid down with her.
I agree. I'm not condoning what he did. I'm saying the way that she did it in front of the entire church, that was not good.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I was more concerned about his wife and his children than anything else. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm thinking though? It could have been a situation where she had been patient, but he was just so low down and dirty, had deacons that would help him sweep it up under the rug and pick up. I mean, like maybe he was pressuring her about having an abortion. Maybe he was playing hardball. You have some dirty pastors out here. So maybe he had the deacons that was playing hardball with her, trying to make things hard on her. And she felt like, well, you know what? Now what I got to do is expose you because you dodging me or you handling me pretty rough. And you supposed to be a pastor. Let me let your congregation know who you really are. See, so she might not have just been spiteful. She might have just been fed up.
Exactly.
And the Bible say, don't it, Raheem? Don't the Bible say if you got a problem, you got to bring that to the congregation and confess it and all that?
No, Jesus.
Let it all out. Let it all out.
Look, then she go to the leaders. And then they can take it from there. The leadership, the deacons and stuff can take it from there. But no, you do not just stand up in the church and say, "Hey, y'all, I'm calling him out on this." No.
But what about
that is not in the word?
But what if somebody what if it's during the time where they say the testimonial service? Anybody out of testimony?
You know what? Y'all wrong. Y'all just trying to make up stuff.
What? Cassandra,
I'm not with y'all.
They do that testimonial service. What if
No. No testimonial service.
I'm just asking. I'm just the question asking.
Oh, okay.
Sherelle, what's on your heart? Sherelle, look what you done walked into. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Donna.
No, all right. We're gonna have your wife call in.
She ain't gonna call. She ain't gonna call. She ain't gonna call. She know I'm silly. She know I'm just as silly as can be. But Sherelle, what's on your heart? You see what you done walked into, Sherelle?
I done walked into a mess this morning. I see.
Hey, we love having fun now. We love having a good time.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And Raheem, but
Yes.
you know, like you said, we love having fun. But this is one of the things that I really had issue with about, you know, folks. And, you know, as getting older, being a preacher's kid and all that, there was just certain things and certain ways you had to carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems as if that's just being thrown out the window. And these folks are just doing. I asked one person, "What's the difference between the world single dating and Christian single dating?
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? Do the people that are in these single ministries or on these ChristianMingle.coms and all these, are they fornicating as well?
Majority of them.
Or are there rules to it? Do you behave as Christians? Are you dating for the purpose of marriage? I mean, what's the deal with that? And also, I remember counseling a person, and the pastor's behavior was just not up to par. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt some type of way, like Rico said, too often. Deacons and all these other people aid and abet this foolishness that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sorry, pastor sitting up there and all these babies for him. I know we can't do that, man. That's filthiness. You can't just be picking and choosing and then making excuses for after the fact. You can't be getting women pregnant and sleeping with women in the congregation.
Yeah.
I was working with a group doing a program to help young boys. And one of the requirements would have to be from the men. You cannot have relationships with these women. That is completely unallowed because that's going to get in the way of the work.
Okay. Somebody cooking some eggs over there. You mute your lines. We won't hear you beating up your eggs over there. Somebody beating up some eggs.
So I would be curious to know what standards do you hold your pastor to?
Exactly. That's good. That's good. Let me do this right here, and I'm gonna go to Donald Tucson on this one right here, and we're going back to the money situation, but it's slightly different. Donald, your wife, not say you're married, hypothetically married, and she's been married before. Y'all first year being in marriage, y'all first year, man, y'all having a great time, everything is good. November come around, and y'all start Christmas shopping. Go buy all the gifts, get home, and y'all wrapping the gifts together, the Christmas gift to go up under the tree or to go wherever they're going to go. And you notice that some gifts that you're not familiar with, Donald. And you actually say, baby, who this here for? Oh, that's for my ex's mother, and that's for my ex's sister, and that's for my ex's brother right there. Are you okay with that?
I had to absorb that question.
Mm-hmm.
I really did, because it's twofold. Because I see some relationships that can function like that, and some can't because they married a crazy person, or they crazy. You know, some people have a tendency to always feel like they were the best. Ask any man. He'll say, I'm the best thing ever came with two legs. Or whatever. Anyway, what I mean is, I was introduced to an ex one time. And in his introduction or his greeting, he wanted me to feel like, I was always the best. I didn't say a word. So I don't know, man. We live in so much. If there was kids involved, you build relationships along the way, and sometimes families stay close. The ex families, they still stay close. So maybe the sister, the mom, the you know, but the ex-husband, well, I don't think. No, if you want me to get him something, let me get it. Let me get something for it. I got something for it. I got something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out good, brother.
Okay, Sherelle, what do you say to that? You realize in wrapping the gifts that your husband has bought something for his ex mother, brother, and sister. Sherelle, how do you deal with that?
I mean, I would ask about it, but I mean, how am I supposed to deal with that? That's not, he didn't buy it for his ex.
Mm-hmm.
He bought it for the mother, the brother, and the sister.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of times when people leave relationships with somebody, they still have that bond with the mom or the brother or the whoever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if that was before me and that was how he moved after they broke up, you know what I'm saying? And if that's what he has been doing after they broke up, and so I would have to kind of verify that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, really, it's none of my business, but it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I would have to ask that, because if that's something, and that's something I should know. If this is normally what you do, you know what I'm saying? I can't stop you from buying my ex's mom a gift. I mean, if that's my ex's mom, it's not my ex. I mean, and that's something that I would more than likely know prior to gifts being wrapped, I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's what can I say to that? I mean, what can I say?
I've heard people say that you know, because a lot of times an ex still want to come around and still want to be a part of Thanksgiving and all these different things and all. And I've heard people say, hold on, that's your ex now. You know, I don't feel comfortable with him or her being here. You know, that should be a part of your past. Then they should stay in their past. I've seen family members say, well, look here, you know, you can't come to these functions because, you know, it's uncomfortable with you being, we like you, we don't have anything against you, but it's so uncomfortable with you being here. Rico, what do you say to that?
Now that can open up some doors for trouble, you know, because you have some of the ex's siblings or parents that may still cherish you as that future daughter-in-law or that potential daughter-in-law that could have been a son-in-law. So that can be a problem. But really what that boils down to is you have to be secure with who you are and where you are in that relationship with that other person. You're secure, you know where y'all stand. And like Sherelle just said, that to me, that shouldn't be a surprise. I should already know that you feel that way about these ex-siblings or your ex's siblings before I see these gifts. I should already know that you cherish these people and y'all got a strong relationship. And in some cases, the ex's siblings or parents are the only family that your spouse has, because maybe they came from foster care. Maybe they came from a situation where they just had a traumatic or dysfunctional family. So they got away from them and they got close with this family and then happened to go with maybe one of the sons or something in this family. In the process is building this other bond that they already had.
Mm-hmm.
So now she look at them as family. Now that her and this person may have broken up, but she still look at these people like family because they raised her, took her in when she was 13 and changed her life. Maybe she was out here running loose and fast and then they changed her life and took her in and showed her something that they never had to show her. Mm-hmm. So you would expect her to still respect her ex's parents and sisters and brothers or whoever it is that loved her and protected her. So I would already, if I saw those gifts and she said, oh, those are for so-and-so, if I already know the situation and the relationship she got with them, I won't be mad. But if it's just out the blue, I don't even know she talked to these people. I don't even know, they got a strong bond or nothing like that. But then all of a sudden when I see these gifts, oh man, I love them. That's like my second mama. Wait a minute, I'm just hearing this your second mama.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So you got to know where you stand and be secure in that relationship for that type of thing to happen, because there's too many different scenarios that can play out for that to be okay or not okay.
So Rico, what you would tell her at that moment, well, you better get a little closer to your first mama and leave that one alone. You better get a little closer to your first mama. Cassandra, what do you say to that? You see these gifts and y'all are wrapping gifts and you say, well hold on, what is this? And they say, well, that's my ex's mother, his brother, and his sister. You know, we always exchange gifts during Christmas time, and I didn't think it would be a problem. Cassandra, how do you respond?
As long as he explained it like that, because I don't have a problem with that, because I'm very close to my ex's family. I mean, very close. They're on my Facebook page. We talking all the time. So I would have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, you know, if he's close with the mother-in-law, I mean, why would we want to interfere with a relationship? These people have a relationship. I mean, if he lets me know, you know, hey, you know, I'm going to buy my ex-mother-in-law a gift, and my nephew, you know, my ex-nephew or niece or whatever, I don't have a problem with that. And I think it would be petty for anybody to have a problem with that. As long as it's not taking anything away from you and you know, in your relationship.
Okay. That's good. Leonard, what do you say to that?
You talking about this whole gift situation?
Yes. Turn your phone up again, Leonard. It's low again, brother.
You talking about this whole gift situation, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not really sure, because sometimes, you know, I wouldn't pay attention to stuff like that. But the relationship is what I would pay attention to. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: Naomi told Ruth to get on, huh?
Come on. Come on.
Move on.
Yes.
Move on. Move on. Yeah, I know you love me, but that's not here no more. That's not here no more. You need to go on and find you somebody else.
Yeah.
And get attached to another family. You know what I'm saying?
So this family ain't yours no more.
Because, and you know, I'm learning that myself with my sister, for instance. And you know how we black folks do. Once we call you something, we like to call you that forever. So I still call him, what's up, brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Well, now that's completely disrespectful if a fiance around. You understand? Because I'm about to get a new brother-in-law.
Exactly.
And she correct me all the time. Leonard, don't you know that's brother-in-law? We went, and I can show you the papers to prove to you that ain't your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But out of habit, it was just a habit to call him brother-in-law.
Out of comfort, you know, it was comfortable. You've been comfortable. Yeah, I got you.
Well, now he's just my niece's dad, you know, or I just call him by his name. So we have to be respectful of one another this way. And I understand exactly where Cassandra is coming from, but a lot of times it's what do you call? It's not ordinary. It's just not ordinary. It's not something that you want to continue, because we had one young lady couldn't let the family go behind a cousin of mine. You understand? And she was coming, but she was sure trying to be there when he was there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
She was sure trying to drop in when he was in. You know what I'm saying?
Conveniently.
So we had to make sure, So we had to make sure and had to kindly push her away.
Yeah.
Because she had a mental issue.
Now, hold on, Leonard. You just say the girl crazy?
Well, yeah, she had a mental issue.
Okay.
But you got some of them. You got the men out here. You got folks out here driving people crazy nowadays.
Yeah. Exactly. Listen, we're ready to get on out of here, man. It's 9:52. And Sherelle, are you still with us? I know she had said she had to take off. Are you still? Yeah, she had to take off. She said, "Tell everybody." Let me read what she said here. Let me see. She had to have a meeting to go to. Let me pull this up. Gotta go. I have another. Tell everybody. I said she said, "Tell everybody have a good day." Definitely appreciate you, sister. And if you get a chance, come back and join us. We definitely appreciate you being here. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now?
I don't want nobody beating up nobody. I want nobody throwing punches unless it's me or Leonard. We're the only ones allowed in the group to throw punches. But
yeah. So y'all the designated punch store. Y'all the designated punch stores.
Yeah, we just known to be. Yeah, we're the designated blow punches. So but no, for real. I really miss Frank today, because I know Frank would have had all that on the wall. But anyway, pinned up on the wall about this. But it was a great conversation.
Yes.
yeah, things happen, situations happen, and we have to learn to spiritually discern what's happening and how we react. I said what I said, but honestly, I wouldn't have hit her. I might have pushed her a little bit, but I wouldn't have hit her straight.
Kick her in the shin.
No, for real. I wouldn't have. Now, why? Who is that laughing? Don't laugh.
That's Leonard. That's Leonard.
I might have pushed her a little bit, but
or kicked her in the shin.
Yeah.
Kicked her in the shin.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a great conversation. I needed that this morning. I'm sorry I came on late. I'm in Jersey.
Absolutely.
I'm in New Jersey.
Bowling. You bowling. Go ahead now.
Yeah, whatever.
But
yeah, so I'm grateful. I'm sorry I missed the first part. Was that good?
Oh man, she did a fantastic job. She really did. And
she's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna get her back on as well, and she agreed to come back on.
Awesome.
And she said anytime we need her, she definitely gonna be here. So we're gonna definitely utilize that as well. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, I'm with Cassandra. I listened to the first part, but I was out trying to walk and everything about the health and getting the blood pressure in that check, man. And that was some very valuable information. I was glad to hear that too. And this whole topic today been pretty good, man. I think, what everybody can take away from it is to really evaluate situations when you see them happening and don't respond off emotion. But at the same time, if you want to play it safe, just don't open up the opportunity for something to even happen. As far as interacting with your ex on certain things, it's best not to even entertain it or open up the door, because human emotions can allow things to progress further than they supposed to.
Tucson, talk to me.
Man, we just have to be careful. Sometimes some get in and out of relationships and they don't know how to let go and move forward. But, moving forward is part of the healing process. And some people never heal because they never move. They just want to stay in the same predicament, hoping for things that are hopeless. And we have to agree that some things get hopeless.
Yeah.
In our lives. Ain't no use me trying to, I know they're valuable, just as valuable nowadays, but it's like trying to go get a Cadillac with Chevrolet money.
Ain't gonna get it. That's just what it is. Captain Leonard, what's going on, sir? Talk to me.
Man, I just want to let people know it was a good conversation, but definitely check your relationships. Try to do the best you can to abstain from the appearance of evil. Then you'll fall a lot shorter. If you're trying to do the right thing, don't leave your loved ones with doubt. Don't sow doubt in your spouse. This is not good. Anything that has to make somebody wonder or guess, it's not good. So definitely talk about things before problems happen and issues happen. Call in to the Morning Glow, and that's why I'm glad we had this conversation so people can call in and maybe talk about stuff before they fall.
Yes.
Or change the direction that they've been going in. Because no one is without the blame. Once you involve. And we got to stop lying to one another and trying to make excuses and try to be as clean as possible.
Exactly. Won't it make you clean? I got sidetracked. Excuse me, y'all. But listen, it's been a great conversation. I want to thank everybody more than I want to thank everybody for allowing DKM Media Group and associates to be a part of your morning. We're going to go to Rico. What's going on at 3:00 today, brother? On DKMMediaGroup.com. Can't hear you, brother. Can't hear you.
If you happen to miss today's broadcast and need to catch it later on at 3:00 today, you can catch it at www.dkmmediagroupandassociates.com in its entirety.
Good deal.
Good. I thought he was gonna mess it up and not saying charity.
He had to.
I saved it for the end.
Exactly. Donald Toussaint, pray us out, sir.
God, our Father, we come now and we say thank you, God. Thank you for having joy. In the midst of everything that goes on, we can still laugh and have fun. But, God, we know that life hits us head on. And as we share and go through these difficulties of life, help us to yield to your spirit. Not only be hearers of your words, but doers also. Help us to walk in the spirit so we will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Bless us as we go through this day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. It's been a great broadcast. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you again for allowing DKM Media Group and associates to be a part of your morning. Before we get out of here, I want to go to Cassandra. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now? Anything on your heart before we get out of here? Cassandra.
I miss Frank.
Good deal. We'll get him back in here. His little schedule done changed up a little bit, so we'll get him back in. Hopefully he'll be back on with us tomorrow. Man, it just started raining. Cats and dogs. But Cassandra, want to tell everybody why you're in Jersey?
I am actually writing a script for a movie for someone.
Okay.
So I'm here working on their script.
So basically what you're saying is have talent will travel.
Have talent will travel. Yes.
Good deal.
And this will be my second one. Two different networks. I'm working on scripts for them for people. So it's good.
That's power right there. That's power. That's power. And I got some information I'm gonna drop in a little bit. I'm still working on piercing Cassandra's heart on something, and I think it's gonna work out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we spoke about it yesterday, but I'm still confident that it's going to work out very well. But listen, it's 10 o'clock time for us to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for joining us. It is now 10 o'clock. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. It is now 10:01. Y'all take an opportunity, if you don't mind, love someone. Go, you might just find some love in return. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day, y'all. Take care of one another. Peace. Yeah.